they can. Our audio setup completely screwed everything up.
Okay, perhaps
So
we should
missed
talk
everything.
about things.
Yeah, so hey, we're repaired now. That was fun. This is what happens when we make a last-minute game with only a week of prep, apparently. Everything just implodes. Sure. But, alright, so we've already answered 2 fundamental questions, but you guys couldn't hear it. So the first one we answered, well, I answered before we even started. Your school is actually summer camp by the name of Camp Merlyn. Goggle, where is this camp located?
Underneath the Great Barrier Reef.
Because fuck you and me, like, being at all prepared for this. I love it.
I asked you if I could do it anywhere, and you said it could be on the moon, and I'm just like, all right, here's what I'm going with.
Oh, no, it's great. And then Andy, who is the head of this school? Who's the head of the camp? And what are they known for?
It is Ambrosia Quartermain, and she is the daughter of the Headless Horseman. She has an interchangeable head and a room full of heads, very much like Return to Oz.
All right, now...
And she's a frigid bitch.
There we go. I was about to say, Andy, you're quiet, and then all of a sudden your audio just spiked back up. So that's fun. All right, so moving on, we got a few more questions in the first chunk. Goggle, what is your favorite, or one of your favorite pastimes is a magical combination of blank and blank? Basically, what is your Wizarding World's Quidditch?
Water polo. No.
It could be a combination of water polo and something.
Water polo riding giant seahorses.
Hang on. This is my question.
I'm sorry. I got carried.
It's okay.
Andy just started imagining Aquaman. And not like new Aquaman, like neon Aquaman.
Let's see. I'm going to go with one half of this because I don't want to make this too weird. Could I ask Andy to fill in the other half of it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because my brain is coming up with welding as one of the answers, and I know that we shouldn't do that.
Unless, if you want it to be, it can be.
Like, I said that, and then your mouth dropped open, like...
I mean, that just, like, makes me think of, like, underwater basket weaving. The puns just keep going.
But I said welding, though.
I know.
It's not... Underwater welding's a thing.
It is.
So I'm going to go with the other half of what I was thinking of, which is basically Ultimate Frisbee.
Okay. So
I have no idea.
You have magic. You're at a summer camp underneath the Great Barrier Reef, and half of this sport is Ultimate Frisbee. What's the other half, Andy?
The other half is... Let me think. So it's Ultimate Frisbee and... using like random, so it's on like the field is like a kind of hot spring release, and you have to use the jettisoned waters to propel yourself around. Like,
it's a combination of Ultimate Frisbee and geysers.
Yeah.
I mean, yes.
Old Faithful, right on time.
All right.
Oh man! All right.
So you can harness the speed from the like jets of warm water, or they can be very disruptive to your play at the same time.
Yeah.
All right. So.
Oh man, this can also all be underwater.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. So since there's only 2 of you, these next ones, it's everyone answers once. So we're not going to have that fleshed out of a location, that many things going on, but that's fine. It's a small group. Each of you gets to come up with a landmark for the area where the school is.
In the school?
Could be in the
Or in the
school,
camp?
could be near the school. Well, the camp, but could be in the camp, could be near the camp.
Okay. Yeah.
Something in enough of the vicinity that, it'll actually possibly come up.
I'd like to put one in.
Yeah, you each get to put one in, so you're good.
But I'm just declaring. The skull of a Leviathan is the entrance to the camp.
I love that.
The question is whether we enter in, is whether we're like inside, going into the mouth, or going out of the mouth.
Probably going in, because then it could also be enchanted to protect the camp.
That's cool. Pierre Totem Locomotor.
Yeah, you got a bunch of statues. We have a Leviathan Lich. A Levia Lich.
Oh, that's great. I'm happy with that one.
All right, so you also get a landmark, Andy.
I am gonna say there is a place outside of the school, very much like a quad type area, but what it is it's called the Grotto, and there is an ancient shipwreck that is there, and it's been at the bottom of the sea forever.
The Aquato.
The Aquato.
All right, how do you feel about the fact that this area doesn't actually have an air bubble? For campers to go, you'll have to do an enchantment on yourself, and the natives are actual like mer people.
Yeah, I love it. And they're kind of violent. They're dangerous. That's it.
Yeah, they're all mer people pirates.
Yeah,
I'm gonna assume that they understand to respect teachers to some extent.
There would be some kind of truce if it's like a place near here. It'd be kind of like Hogsmeade. If Hogsmeade was shady as fuck. I mean, they do serve beer to a bunch of kids, so I mean...
Yeah, but these are wizard kids. They clearly don't have to have intelligence. Sorry. Not the biggest fan of Harry Potter.
Oh no, that's fine. We're making a way cooler world. Alright. Now, each of you gets to come up with... they'd still be called classes at camp.
Hey, got a Twitch Prime sub.
Ooh, thank you.
New subscription received.
Welcome.
Class 2 access granted. Enjoy
Hey.
your stay.
Andy's alerts are still going.
That's
We
why
didn't
I
figure
noticed.
that out. But yeah, so each of you guys gets to come up with one unconventional like class or program offered at the camp. So it's not lanyard making.
Now, wait, what is this?
Well, typically a school would be like a class, but you know how when you go to summer camp, sometimes they offer activities?
I've never been to summer
Okay,
camp.
well, you know how when you watch movies about summer camps, there's always activities?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you get to come up with one of the activities the camp offers, but it's unconventional. Act 1 of most Kids on Bikes games. Pondering Silence.
Pondering silence, indeed.
I think that it is like aquascaping aquatic carnivorous plants.
Aquascaping aquatic carnivorous plants.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Well, that would be along the lines of
That's
like
just
chorus.
called the obstacle course.
Okay.
And it's it's escaping aquatic carnivorous plants.
Aquascaping. Like
Oh,
like
sorry, like actually
landscaping.
pruning. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm thinking swimming away really fast.
Oh, okay. Aqua escaping.
That makes a lot
Okay.
more sense. For anyone who's
Yeah.
new here, I currently have a newborn and I'm on late night shift, so like my brain's been pudding for a week. All right.
It's delicious pudding. Thank you.
I hate tapioca pudding. Let it not be that.
It's not tapioca. And since I'm gonna go with the flesh regeneration class as a pairing to the other one.
Yeah.
These two classes work in tandem. You go from one to the other. Except in the other one, you're the subject instead of the
Since
student.
it's a summer camp, I am calling it flesh regeneration seminars.
Yes,
Yes.
they sometimes work with bone as well.
I was gonna say, are you okay with this being like the one thing that's being taught by one of the mer people?
Sure. If the mer people want to teach, the mer people. I'm not going to stop people from teaching what they want to teach.
The rules will be on things you must consume for this to happen, and it'll be like no one leaves the seminar the same. All right. So, with this, thank you for the congrats on the newborn. He was actually born 3 weeks early. And he's been around for 3 weeks. Yesterday was his due date, but we've had him for a month. Favorite pastime. Rumors. Relationship question. Oh, that is right. So we get to go into your characters now. I did send you guys the pages with the tropes, as well as strengths and weaknesses. Weaknesses are literally just descriptive. Strengths do have a mechanical effect. Your age also gives you a specific strength and some stat bonuses. But what are the tropes you two are looking to do? And then we'll discuss your characters and we'll work on some relationships between the two of you. Because it's just two people, so this is going to be interesting.
Yeah. What do we...
Goggle will start with you.
Okay, I'll go first.
Yeah. So, are you still looking at doing the Firstborn Slacker?
Firstborn caster is the only one
Or
that
caster.
I've thought about.
Okay. No, that's fine. Then you're the Firstborn Caster, which essentially means you're a magically gifted person born into a normal family. Are you an underclassman or an upperclassman? Underclassman basically means you're like 12 to 14. Upperclassman means you're like 15 to 20.
Upper.
Cool. What's great about this combination is, again, as I told you guys, you don't have your wands or anything yet. Like, this is your first experience to, like, officially being wizards. How old are you when you finally get to officially be a wizard? Which may just be because you were born into, for lack of a better term, muggle family. You're just getting enrolled super late.
I'm like 17.
You're 17 being enrolled, essentially as a first year, which is great.
I'm just like, all right, here I am.
All right, what is your character's
Finally.
name?
Shit.
Okay, you can think about that,
No. Yeah, come back to
Your character's name is Shet? Well, that's interesting.
No,
It's
it's fucking middle
pronounced
name, bitch.
Shathid. Thank you.
Shit. Oh my.
Oh my
Andy,
God.
what trope will you be playing today?
I am going to be playing the reliable bestie unless Goggles keeps talking to me like garbage, and then I might be his no, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding.
All right, so the reliable bestie. Awesome.
I feel like this is the bestie interaction. Like, unless you do that, I'm just like, no, it's fine.
Now,
Right.
I guess you are born from a wizarding family. Are you also an upperclassman, or are you an underclassman who's just like in the same grade as this much older kid and is like totally his best friend for reals?
I feel like I am in the same. Do I have to be younger or older?
No,
than
you
him?
could be young. You can be a underclassman or an upperclassman. It's your choice.
And he's an underclassman?
He's an upperclassman.
Oh, I
He
will
is
be
17. Okay, cool. Well, then, since our wizarding character also doesn't do this, perhaps you guys don't actually get to go to summer camp till what normal people would consider like right before adulthood. Like, you're not old enough to use magic till you're a late teen. I mean, it makes sense.
Okay.
Who teaches 10-year-olds curses that kill people?
Right.
Who teaches a 10-year-old how to regenerate flesh and also aquascape man-eating plants?
Right, exactly. Exactly. And
I think they teach them the second one because of the first one.
right, exactly.
I think they're only willing to teach the second one because they teach the first one.
We really need a solution for this. One mer person. I have a solution.
Sounds
Who let
suspiciously-
him in?
He learned how to breathe air. We can't stop him. I mean, we
I've
could,
learned a
but
great many things. Need water. He constantly has a bowl of water over his head when he's teaching at the camp.
no, he takes it off to speak and then puts it back on.
So, with you guys being upperclassmen, this is a very new game, so I'm going to be referencing things sometimes. You guys need to know, on top of the stats written, pre-done on your tropes, you'll want to make a note that upperclassmen get +1 to fight and brawn.
All right.
And then you also get the trait or the strength trained in ... And what that is you get to pick one type of magic you get a +1 in, which pick one of your stats and you get a +1 in that stat when you're using it to cast spells. Because magic uses all the stats, all your core ability modifiers for spells. It's just based on what you're doing with magic. So like enchanting people is charm, stuff like that.
What is grit?
Grit is kind of like constitution.
Well, I know that, but what kind of magic comes out of Constitution?
I can actually tell you.
Thank you. I'd like to be informed. Flight is...
Flight is running away.
I mean, I figured, considering the fight-flight thing, but I wanted
Yeah.
to make sure.
Spell check. This is all stuff I should know, and I just completely spaced on it.
It's fine.
Alright. Finishing touches. Think it's over here. The brooms, your wand. Oh, yeah. Overview of magic. So, grit is used to cast magic when you want to keep someone safe, either mentally or physically. So, it is protection magic.
Okay, yeah.
Alright.
Um,
So, yeah, you are trained in protective magic. You get to
Yeah, I
write
go
that
with
down as a
protective.
strength. If you're going with
trained
grit
in protective.
magic. Andy, what type of magic are you trained in? You can ask like what the correlation are for any of them. I have the page up now.
I feel like I kind of don't want to know, and I just want to go with brains.
Nice. So this is a magic that's for, you can just write it down as like brains magic, but just so you're aware, it's magics for revealing hidden things, understanding things, or seeing into a different place in space or time. It's essentially divination magic.
Yeah, divination.
Yeah.
I was about to say it, and you said it. I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah.
Okay, so we still got a few options for you guys as we round out your characters before we get into the game proper. Which,
we
dude,
still need names.
Mhm.
at the worst, I just call you Andy and Goggle. So, heading back over
Worst.
to Goggle, you get to pick
Yeah.
one additional strength. I would keep it to the likely strengths suggested by your trope just to keep things simple, which is
Oh yeah.
intuitive, lucky, unassuming, or heroic.
Intuitive. Let's go with intuitive.
All right. You need me to pull that up for you? You already have it referenced. I can pull it up for you.
I don't know what that does.
All right. You can spend one adversary token, which we're going to get into those in a second. You have to spend one adversary token to ask the GM about your surroundings, an NPC, or the like. The GM must answer honestly. So you can basically spend a token to have an instinctual knowledge of stuff.
Thank you for summarizing that.
Yeah. So, reliable bestie. Andy, you get to pick guardian, loyal, heroic, or tough.
I'm gonna go with tough.
All right. So,
Or no, actually, can I do guardian? I'll do guardian.
yeah. When
Just gonna
defending
protect each
another player or an NPC, always roll both your stat die and the magic die. Then add them together, even if you're not using magic to do it. If your check fails, you may re-roll the magic die.
Cool.
Holy crap, that's powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll protect you.
All right.
I'm trained in protective magic.
Yeah.
I like how our two powers are like converse in difference. He's trained in portent, and I'm trained in protection, and yet I have intuition, and he has the ability to protect.
But the thing, it actually, yeah, and it's
balanced.
a great balancing because it means you guys
Yeah.
have similar strengths in different ways. So you're not the same person, but you have a lot in common.
Yeah.
All right. So firstborn caster, you get to pick your flaw. Are you timid, tempted, or naive?
I'm just gonna go with point blank. I'm naive. I don't know what the fuck's going on here.
It's good for a firstborn caster. All right. Reliable bestie. Are you a loudmouth, naive, or cursed?
I'm gonna go with cursed.
I know you are, Andy. I've played ETU with you. You always take being cursed.
I do. I love it. Let's see what
All right.
this shakes up
All
for
right.
me.
Now we get to have some fun, very unique questions just for you guys. So question 1 for Goggle. How did you first discover your magical powers?
Oh. Shit.
Wow,
Hold on,
you're
man.
thinking about that.
Yeah, go ahead and like, give me, how did I do this? What have
Andy,
I done? What have I done?
why are you so bonded to your best friend?
He asked me to the Sadie Hawkins dance.
Tommy's not here.
Just kidding. Let me see. I think that it is people were treating him differently because he is not born to a magic family, and so I defended him, and I see greatness in him with my portents. That's it.
There we go. All right. So, Goggle, I've already asked you the question.
Yeah. So I discovered my magic powers when I went to alert somebody that there was a fire in a building, and I pointed and the fire went out.
Nice.
Like a lot of fire, just poof.
Oof. Yeah, no, it's entirely possible with these magic rules. When we're going to get into it, Andy, when you stepped away, I was telling Goggle, you can essentially run Mage the Awakening or Mage the Ascension level magic with this system.
Nice.
Yeah.
And trained in protective, I feel like putting out fire is protective.
Oh, yeah. All right.
It makes sense.
Goggle, How
Yes.
did your non-magical family react when you manifested your powers?
I got kicked out.
Interesting.
They
Okay,
still
Harry
want to keep
Potter.
an eye on me, but they kicked me out.
Yeah.
No, like they love me, but they don't want me in the house. They're just like, it's nice. If we're
You're
ever
the
gonna do
devil.
anything, you're the devil, but we still love you. If we ever visit, it's gonna be at a hotel. We may or may not have moved, and we're not telling you where we've gone.
Yeah. All right, Andy.
It's like, okay, you just want to be on your own. Naive.
When do you wish you were the center of attention rather than the sidekick? All the goddamn time. Just because I'm friendly doesn't mean I'm a sidekick.
Right? Yeah. I'm like a sidekick, man. No,
you can say you don't think of yourself as a sidekick.
Yeah,
That actually says a lot.
right. I don't think of myself as a sidekick.
There you go.
By the way, you took reliable bestie, so you totally 100% are a sidekick. You just don't think of yourself as a sidekick.
I'm definitely a
Is
wrong.
that- oh shit, am I the main character?
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah.
Oh no.
All right.
Oh
Now
no.
we get a bit of random.
Shit, I'm Harry Potter.
You're Hermione Potter.
Oh no. The thing is, Harry was basically raised in a non-wizarding family.
He was. I was trying to be nice, man. All right. So, we're going to establish you guys already know each other. Because that's just the easier one, since we have a small group. Because you want at least so many people to know each other, and some could not, but it's just you two.
Yeah.
So we're going to start. This time I'm going to start with Andy. I'm going to roll a dice, and I'm going to give you the positive answer and the negative answer, and you get to pick which one, okay? But I'm going to be rolling the dice a second time, and whichever one you didn't pick is that outcome. Like, we go to that table.
Okay.
So, first, as far as how Andy feels about Goggle, the positive could be, how did this character cover for you when you made a big mistake? And the negative would be, what part of this character's personality scares you?
I'm gonna go with negative and say his naivety scares me because he tends to walk headlong into danger or something.
Yeah. All right, so then on the positive
go.
side, 12. Why do you feel safest when this character is around?
I'm very good at doing this sort of thing. You muted yourself.
You're muted.
You went to unmute and muted. You're unmuted now.
Sorry, something started. Hold on 1 second.
No
Something's
problem.
playing really.
While we're doing that, Goggle, I got questions for you. You get to decide. You and this character first experienced something profoundly emotional together. What was it? Or, why won't you be alone in a classroom with this character? You get to decide.
I'm gonna go with something profoundly emotional.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Oh, you're fine.
We experienced something profoundly emotional together, and
And what was it?
Andy, is it okay if the profoundly emotional thing is just we watched Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse together?
Without like,
First time for both of us. It was fantastic.
You didn't know each other until you
We
both
didn't-
went into the
we
same
didn't know each
theater?
other. We both went to the same theater.
Oh my god.
And
Both
neither
of
of us
you-
knew
both
about
of you
Uncle
have-
Aaron.
Both of you have talents that let you see into the future briefly. So you both knew about Uncle Aaron, but didn't know about Uncle Aaron.
yeah.
Oh.
All right.
Oh.
And you were sitting next to each other. So yeah, that
we're
would
just like I tense up, he tenses up, and we're just like we glance over at each other, look back up, we tense up further, lean in,
Oh.
like no.
Alright.
God, here it
But yeah,
comes.
so Andy, why do you feel safest when Goggle is around?
Because though he's naive, he's so confident.
All right, and then finally, Goggle. What rumor, either true or untrue, did Andy start about you?
Do I get to say if it's true or untrue?
You can.
Okay.
I mean, it's a rumor about you, so you would know if it's true or not. So
That's fair. I beat up a kangaroo with a snake.
okay, but now I want to know. I think we all want to know.
I say beat up. It's more like I just started whipping it with the snake.
And then he put the kangaroo in a chokehold with the snake.
No, the thing is, I want to keep the snake's head as far away from me as possible, so I'm spinning it, basically.
In truth, you came
It was-
across a snake, you freaked out, started flailing around, and a kangaroo came by, and you just started
there
smacking
was,
it. You didn't mean
there
to.
there was an angry kangaroo, and there was a snake, and it was like, solving both problems.
All right.
Just grab the
So-
snake, hit the kangaroo. Welcome to Australia, everybody.
Oh my god.
So I guess that would be a good question, given you guys are besties with this situation. Are you both native to Australia? Or are you coming from somewhere else? And if so, where are each of you coming from?
Just don't want to pick up the accent. Hey, I'll be native.
I
Oh
am
my
not-
god. Oh my god. You guys watch Into the Spider-Verse together. There's nothing telling me that it didn't have to be on the airplane here.
Yeah, I love
Hell yeah,
that.
man.
I love that. I'm coming from Dallas, Texas.
All right, man. Welcome aboard. Let's fucking go.
Where are you coming from?
He said Dallas, Texas.
No, I'm asking you, Goggle.
Oh shit, I'm from Australia.
Oh,
why are you
okay. Then why are you on the airplane?
Oh, I was at the. Listen, it was the other end of Australia. You came across the
there we go.
Atlantic instead of the Pacific.
There we go. Okay.
You got a transferring flight.
Yeah. Spent on a transferring flight. And now you're best friends.
They just kick you out of the plane while it's flying, so you land in the ocean near the barrier reef.
There's a landing point. I
So-
like how those kids on brooms, we didn't fly on brooms to get there.
You guys.
Getting a little more tradition. Oh, all right. I just gotta be a little gravelly. There we go. Mate.
I am happy
Cheers.
doing the accent. You don't want me to do it. People in Australia would be so upset.
You guys are with
I like to think I'm
a
not terrible at this.
class of 11 other teens for this trip to Camp Merlyn.
All right.
Now, if you're from Australia, Goggle, you're probably more familiar. Actually, it would make sense
No,
why
I'm
like you're
fucking less familiar.
you're less familiar, yet you're a local, which would probably be how they roped you in and were able to find you.
Yeah, you follow me.
You're from an actual wizarding family, Andy. So they sent you a magical text. We've moved past owls.
Send.
It's from the Witch Wide Web.
Okay.
But
It's the 4 W's, the World Wide Witching Web.
Yeah.
That way the Muggles can't find it.
yeah. Muggles can only comprehend 3 W's.
They're like, oh, I put that IP in wrong. It's weird.
You have one
The funny part
character
is-
who doesn't even have magical powers. He just hit one too many W's and signed up.
Uh-huh.
Yes, please.
Yes. Yeah, his name's Jason. So Jason's one of the students. No powers. Went to the wrong URL. Totally
for
thinks
those of you who,
this is a Merlyn fantasy camp from the BBC.
yeah, for everybody who saw me drinking out of a cup earlier, I want to clarify something. That was completely non-alcoholic. I'm sober.
Yeah, it's a Saturday stream and none of us are drinking.
I don't drink very much.
I got
Yeah.
water.
Well, now that I have the newborn, I haven't been because I gotta do shit. Once he starts sleeping through the night, I'll be drinking again. All right, so we know one of the characters, Jason, who has no powers. He's really happy to be here. In fact, with the minis I made, Jason's the one in the Hawaiian shirt with the wizard hat.
Yeah, it's convenient that there's one in a Hawaiian shirt when we're going underwater.
Yeah, actually. Jason's the guy, like, he thinks he's here for, like, kind of like a LARPing adventure, and he's just jazzed for it.
Oh, he's gonna be broken.
What does the character who meets you guys at the airport look like? Are we going for, like, a Hagrid type guy, a normal-looking disinterested person, or is it the headmistress? I feel like she wouldn't do it because she's a frigid bitch, and that's...
Yeah, no. I want somebody who's wearing, like, who's basically like a businessman. Just suit, tie, and he's wearing like a wizard hat. That's it. He's just otherwise completely professional, but it's just like a pointy wizard hat.
Okay. Yes. I actually have plans for this. Yeah, he's holding a sign. Camp Merlyn. He looks like a limo driver.
He's got the shades on. Camp Merlyn. And is just completely expressionless. I fear for when we get in the car and he drops the shades and there's like 3 eyes under each half.
No, he just has double eyelids.
You mean like the lizard eyelid?
No, well, yes. The Men in Black reference. But with
I also like the concept of an eye blinking and there's another eye on top of it as you blink.
Oh. No. All right. So you guys there's several other kids filing up. It's a small enough group where he's dressed, he looks like he's a limo driver, you know, like where are we doing? Where are we going? And it's like this old beat up military surplus vehicle from the 1940s. Like it's an Outback bus, basically. And he's just, welcome. He doesn't say much. In fact, he says welcome to everyone in the exact same phrase. Just welcome.
No, you're welcome.
Welcome.
No, you are. No, you are.
So as you guys kind of get into the bus and file in, find seats, I'm assuming the 2 best friends are going to sit next to each other.
Yes.
1 second, I'm needed for the baby.
In the meantime, the 2 best friends should talk about Into the Spider-Verse.
Okay, but you have to forgive me. I've only seen it once and it was a while ago.
Can we just appreciate the Band-Aid dots?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
buddy.
and also the use of coloring. Oh, sorry. Can we just appreciate... there we go. Can we just appreciate the Band-Aid dots they used and the coloring? The pink and green was so perfect as
it was so vibrant. If I could just have access to that color palette.
oh, my lord. It was fucking great.
Maybe we should decorate a room at the camp.
Oh, absolutely.
Is everyone currently on board? Okay, does everyone have a seat? As my child's fussing. I'm assuming everyone does.
Yeah, I mean, I'm willing to share a seat, but I don't have to, luckily.
So he'll just say, good. as the guy in the suit disappears. He's not happy. Did you go potty? Okay, good. As the guy in the suit disappears, and all there is this hat that begins fluttering down. And it kind of flips onto the wind, lands on the seatbelt as you see the brim of the hat fold around it. And you hear from the hat itself, "All right, then let's do this." The bus not only kicks into high gear, but I'm going to need want to double check.
I want to see what I just want to know what Jason's. I'm like keeping an eye on Jason.
What? Actually, this one would just be like holograms.
Oh no!
But I'm going to need each of you to give me a grit check, because buses don't have seatbelts, but the ride you're going to go on needs seatbelts. So you're going to have magical seatbelts as snakes uncoil from behind the seats and come down and lock in as like a V chest, interlocking themselves and gripping on.
I still haven't found my dice.
All right, so this isn't that crazy. It's just a target.
I don't have any though.
Okay. It is just a target number of 4. What is your grit?
I've got a 20.
A D20? All right.
Yeah.
I'll roll it for you.
Thank you.
You rolled a 9. Now, a couple important things for Kids on Bikes based games. First of all, if you roll the max on your dice, you get to keep rolling as long as you haven't already succeeded. If you've succeeded, your dice stop exploding.
Okay.
The other big thing is the entire game runs on a sliding scale of success. You can fail, but how far you fail matters. You can succeed, but the further you succeed matters, such as in combat. If you fail a combat check by 15 or more, which is a really bad roll, you died. So just heads up on that.
Duly noted.
Most are ranges of every 3 points or every 4 points. So, Goggle, you rolled a 9. Andy, what did you roll on your grit?
I have a D12 and I rolled a 12.
Okay, you passed, so your dice doesn't keep exploding.
Right.
All right, so you beat it by 8 points. Goggle, you beat it by 5 points. Let me quickly check this. Plus 5 to 9 is the same thing. Okay, cool. So you guys are actually handling this ride great. You don't just succeed, you basically succeed with style. You're completely cool. You don't even stop having your conversation.
It's like the snake from before. So, the scorpion, right? Oh, it's so weird. He's got 4 legs. It's like, what's that?
As this is going, and this Outback bus is probably going 200 miles an hour. Things are warping. You're flying up mesas, catching air and dropping back down areas. Just zipping
Jason is
through.
now freaking out.
Chitty chitty bang bang, chitty chitty bang bang.
But as you guys are having your conversation, since you rolled so high, you're probably up towards the front, and the hat that's on the steering wheel is just like, I know, right? What about that free fall scene?
Oh, bro, oh man, that was some fucking great shot.
Free fall as we left out of the seats.
And with that, he hits. You guys have been going up and down like mountains, basically, of stuff. But towards the end, you start heading towards the shore, and the bus just hits like about a softball-sized pebble and causes the bus to start flipping end over end into the water, swirling and everything swishing and spinning. This is the point when Jason vomits.
I was gonna stay.
Now.
Oh no, that's when it's vomiting when it's doing somersaults.
Oh, you're also about to hit water.
Oh, yeah, this is a magic bus.
Oh, no, you're magic. The bus has enchantments for speed, we have very much established that this is a do-or-die summer camp with all the choices you've made. The bus is not sealed from water, and it's going into the ocean. What did the two of you want to do? You do have access to magic.
I'm going to cast a barrier spell over the windows.
All right.
Prevent... Oh, wait, I can't do that. Probably, maybe. I don't know. Can I?
We can do magic.
Yeah, I said you have access to magic.
Right.
I'm gonna.
The wands are just going to give you bonuses and let you fine-tune stuff.
I'm gonna try to do the same thing.
Yeah, I'm like, I'll take the left, you take the right.
Okay, cool. That actually will reduce the amount of area you're trying to cover.
I push my way past to the other side to Jason and push him off the seat because he's clearly not been having a good time with that snake.
All right, so you're doing a barrier on existing windows. So in theory, those windows could have been sealed. It wouldn't break the illusion of reality for them to keep water out. So you have the lowest level of effect, so that's just a 1. The area of effect is bigger than a person, smaller than a classroom. But since that would be a whole bus, and the next side down is a person, so I'm going to split the difference. Instead of it being a 3 or a 5, it'll be a 4. You need this to last more than a few minutes. Now, a few minutes could be like 10, 15 minutes. So we'll say a few minutes. So
at the speed we were going, we should be fine.
5, plus 1 more, 6. You have never done this spell before. Actually, you guys are both masters of fucking protection magic. So
I'm protective. He's not protective.
But his talent is being a guardian.
Yes.
So I'll count that both as you've done something like this a few times before. So, or no, not one. You've seen someone else cast it, or you're familiar with it. You're not completely unfamiliar. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is a casting roll of a 9, and it is also grit because you guys chose to do protection.
Yay!
What bonuses do you get? You get at least a +1 to grit magic, right, Goggle?
I'm trained in protective magic.
Yep. Cool, that got you a 10. Hitting the DC exactly is a you did it, but just barely situation. So
anything above is pretty good.
It gets better the higher above you go. Yeah.
I do not get a bonus in grit.
You're doing something to defend somebody else.
You are doing something to defend somebody else, which means you get to roll both of your grit dice.
Oh.
Because you get to roll your attribute die and your grit die. And you get to add them together, which is massive.
Yeah.
Where does it say on here the grit die as like how do I know? And the attribute, where is that? I didn't see that.
That's because I just gave you guys the stuff for character creation, not the whole book.
Okay.
It's on page 21 is where it talks about the different attributes for spells.
Okay.
And then, so you get to roll
grit both ways.
Yeah.
Okay.
Both. In this case, it'd be grit either way.
Right. Okay. I got 13 then.
13 total. All right. So you beat it by just 1. You clearly succeed, but not impressively. So the windows are like vibrating, holding back the water and everything. Some people probably got a little wet as there's leaks hitting them. You got a 12. So you beat that by 3. Same effect. You have to beat it by 5 or more to get a better effect. So you guys both succeed. Things are vibrating. Jason's just like, is this my Universal? This is an interactive ride.
I have half a mind to slap Jason.
There's a couple other students that are crying in the back.
The part of me wants to say yes. That's the part of me that wins. This is Universal Ride. Let's go.
And you guys hit. And then as this is going, everything's shaking. You feel the bus hit the ground. and it's kind of moving at a more normal pace now. You can see through the vibrating windows the Great Barrier Reef and all the coral, but it's up high because you were deep down. You're kind of under this shelf you wouldn't know about. As you're getting closer, it looks almost as if you guys are driving towards this beast sleeping under the reef. You get closer, you see the head is actually a skull. This thing's gotta be 20, 30 foot wide. And the bus is just heading straight for it. And as it goes and heads for it, the bus flips its high beams and flashes the skull 2 times, and the skull's eyes flash 2 times in response, and it begins to open. And as it opens, it's not underwater in the skull, so it creates kind of this suction whirlpool that pulls the bus into it.
I'm like, is that gonna eat us? Oh, it's gonna eat us, and I like kind of look away. Like,
I'm just gonna look over. This is somebody's fetish.
oh my god!
Not mine.
Get in my belly.
So as you guys go, you get sucked in, and then the bus stops. Several kids are crying. Jason is pale, a mess, but just like, this is so much better than the train between parks at Universal.
Yeah, it is.
You are muted, Andy.
I feel like my kind of eyebrows just go up at Jason. I'm like, like,
This is cool as fuck, dude.
I know, right? Was that a Leviathan head?
The bus stops.
I don't know what the
Doors.
fuck Leviathan is, dude.
The hat kind of flops from the steering wheel over to the pull bar for the doors, and it slides open. And the hat's just kind of clutched around it, almost as if like a perching gargoyle with its brim.
Look at that animated hat just doing all the work with no hands. That's gotta be tricky.
Look at 2 new star students saving everybody. Typically, we got a couple bedwetters in the back that die on the way.
Well, that would be a terrible start to summer camp now, wouldn't it?
Well, for them.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're here. Welcome to Camp Merlyn.
Fair enough, mate. Then again, I don't want that piss water getting anywhere near me, so I'd rather have it end up being no water in the bus.
Also true. I would say as I like pull down my luggage or whatever.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, you know,
got none of my luggage.
everybody can
Just
get
kick me out
off.
without me shit. I'm just me. Let's go.
The snakes unbite each other on each of you as the clamps pull up.
Yeah.
One of
Pretty sure I
them
pulled my way
pulls
out of this
back,
thing.
and since Andy rolled the highest as it's pulling back, it'll just kind of turn towards Andy and just be like, "You were impressive."
I'm like, thank you, and I pat its head gently.
It pulls back. Jason's still just like over at the hat. The animatronics are amazing. And the hat's just like, I was made with staples. I will bite you. Get off my bus.
And I'm like, yep, impressive. Like, just, yeah.
Yeah, Jay. All right, man. Come on. Off the bus. All right. Come on.
As you guys get off the bus, the Kraken skull is closing behind you. There's a faint glow in this whole area. The base of the skull is just this white... You're not sure if it's white sand or ground bone. That's so pure in how brilliantly white it is. And standing there is a woman in an almost Victorian-style cinched bodice, button-up dress, poofy shoulders, a brooch of a kind of classic Merlin's wizard hat at her neck with lace frills around it, holding a clipboard. Ah, yes, so 11 came. Let's see how many survived. Line up, we need to count heads. Oh, you would get that joke if you knew. Anyway,
What do they want?
nothing. None of your goddamn business.
Oh,
Uh,
she's got a found
all
mom,
right, come.
don't she though?
Anyways, line up. I want to see how many of you survive. 11 survived. We have an entirely group of gifted and talented. My informants told me at least one of you don't even know how to do magic. Surely you would die. Jason's just there like, it's all interactive.
I'm like, he actually saved us all.
Jason? You want to do that? Give me a charm. However, I am going to warn you right now. Actually, this is going to be versus hers. She has a D20 plus 1.
That's possible.
So you get to roll your charm. Now, I will note some things. You can choose to do charm magic. You don't have any bonuses to charm magic, so you win. But also, if you are caught doing like mind altering magic, it's like date raping people. It's not cool. Which
well, I got a D20. So.
I will give credits to Kids on Brooms. There's a whole thing where they cover like, yeah, pretty much every world should have like mind altering magic just be illegal because that's creepy and gross, and don't let your players do that without consequences unless they're defending themselves because that's creepy and gross.
Thank you.
I have a 20.
I appreciate it.
Well, but
Also
I got
got a 20.
7.
You rolled a 7. She rolled a 19 plus 1. All right. This is... I'm gonna go check the chart. Okay, it's not a spell, but the failure is profound.
That's my stage name.
Failure is profound.
Takes a lot of space on the marquee, but it really brings up.
Here's the best part. Your failure is profound. Here's the thing. Failure can mean many things. It could be she fails to believe him, or it could be, really, we have an all-star with us. Oh, very well. What was it? It must have been protective magic to save everyone. Let's see how good his protective magic is. And she flicks her wand up her sleeve, and she just mumbles out, Jason has now exploded.
How's that for animatronics, Jason?
Here's the thing. Jason being completely gone, you guys could see as a good thing. There is now a puddle of goo on the ground. This is so realistic.
I would feel terrible.
It seems as if someone isn't as talented as they thought, and if he's the one that saved you, the lot of you are probably doomed. Anyways, come with me. We'll show you your cabins.
Miss, that was it lied. It was sarcastic.
I would.
Do you want to try and get her attention and like course correct this?
Yeah.
Give me a charm roll.
Oh fuck.
And as he's doing that, I'm like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, and like trying to scoop him.
Actually,
my charm is a 12.
You're
I
saying
still don't have dice.
Oh, that's right.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Hey, a D12 is actually really good though.
Yeah.
I highly suggest you get these by next week, Doggo.
Apparently, is not.
I know where the dice are.
Or
I just
get a
can't
dice.
Get up there.
Get like a dice roller app on your phone.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have any bonuses?
No.
Because you rolled a 2.
Let's hope she rolls a 1.
Oh, she rolled a 15.
Oh my god, his goggles went down just like that. How did that happen? That was magic.
Yes, trying to course correct. I'm sure you did plenty. What is even your name? Now you have to tell me your name, your character's name, because we've been avoiding it, Goggle.
I'm forgetting. Let's go with my name's Baxter. Fuck it. Let's go with that.
Name him after my son. See how it
Oh,
is.
fuck, that's right. You named your son Baxter.
Look at what your son's gonna grow up to be. No,
An Australian weirdo.
It's really weird. I can only hope.
while all of this is happening, I feel like my character, who's going to be named Corwin Eldor, is going to be scooping Jason into a jar that he had in his bag and be like, I'm so sorry, I will fix this. I can dry clean till Judgment Day, but I am living with these stains.
Fix what? What do you mean? And Jason has just now realized he is actually goo and begins having the most existential of existential crises.
It's okay, you heard the tale of Humpty Dumpty. We will fix this.
Hey, you might want to put the lid on the jar.
I'm fully aware I've been turned inside out. All of me is my own asshole.
We'll just talk about
I can't wait until he gets out and I try to convince him that this was just a 4D experience.
It's amazing. Oh god, you're gonna take it to the regenerative class. Fuck.
This is perfect.
With that, I feel like I would be like, come on, we gotta catch up and hurry to catch up with.
Yeah. We're catching up.
So the thing is, the headmistress, Ambrosia, will just be like, yes, Baxter. Yes, likely a liar and definitely lazy. I will make notes of that. But anyways, you survived the trip. Those are the rules.
I'll tell you that.
Well, the lot of you, we typically don't go too in-depth into our orientation until you get here. You now know for obvious reasons. This is simply a 3-day camp. We have some trials, some tribulations, some campfire stories, and in the end, if you're still alive, you'll get a wand.
Oh, yeah. Alright.
So these are your cabins. There's 5 of them. Typically we have enough for one for everybody, but apparently you need to share because some people...
I'm like, yes, please. Yep.
This is our cafeteria is over there. You see a large conch shell, just impossibly huge, with the doors built into the front of it. Actually, shift up our music.
Okay.
Now, back that way is where, well, you can do it early if you'd like to practice. However, in these cases, practice tends to make dead. But back down that path is the Trials of Wizardly, also known as our obstacle course. It's quite a hoot for those that enjoy maimings.
I go, what?
Then we do have several seminars for those who actually wish to learn and improve themselves. It tends to be the best case for survival. And they are held... Where did that go? Yes, it appears. Knowledge is never free. Our current seminar is being held by Grapxby on interspecies relations and diplomacy on the 6th dimension. Right up there, and you see towards the top of this dome, it should be swimming, but you're in a dome with air, about a 20-foot wide manta ray with desks on top of it. It's swimming in the air up above, no noticeable sign to get up there.
It's fucking cool.
That is really cool. How do you suppose we get to class?
Well, I, as the headmistress and the one in charge of all of here, we do have a motto about things like that. That's your fucking problem. And then she starts to leave.
Oh.
Like I said, jump.
Or fly?
Uh,
Yeah,
uh,
I can't jump that high.
This is originally going to be like a warm, welcoming, cheesy summer camp, and y'all made the most horrible, dangerous camp. So
I made
yeah.
it safer. I made it safer.
I'm talking about in Act 1 when you actually designed the world.
Yes, I still made it safer. The flesh reconstruction.
This is true.
He did give us a little bit of a cushion.
So since there's 11 people that made it through, and there's only 5 cabins, we need to have. There needs to be one room.
Well,
that
there's
has
now
3
only
people in it.
10 people. So,
Yeah, I was gonna say we were taking Jason.
Yeah. He's gonna go on my nightstand. Maybe he can sing me to sleep. I'm just kidding.
For
So
those ghostly of whales.
we'll figure out the cabins right now. Just for the sake of ease, you guys are cabin 1. Players plus Jason. Cabin 2 is the crying kids. You haven't asked their names yet, so.
It's the
Okay.
crybaby cabin.
I don't care. We'll worry about that when we get there.
Cabin 3, actually, it seems like there's going to be some extra space because cabin 3 is going to have 4 girls, all fairly similar in appearance, though completely different ethnicities, hairstyles, but they're all wearing the exact same black dress with white frill.
The Weird Sisters.
Yeah, it's 100% the weird system. We'd like to bunk together.
Oh my god.
That's 3 rooms with 8 people.
One of them, the other one will feel it. I say that to Baxter.
The question is that no? The question is that a dare?
Is what was that?
Is that a dare?
Oh no. I'm like no. Maybe not yet.
Lord knows I don't have the. Oh, wait a second. Oh shit! I got so, Bobby, I scrolled away from the stats that I was supposed to be using and got confused before, and I said my charm was a 12.
Okay.
Granted, I rolled a 2, so it doesn't make much difference. But still,
Yeah.
I'll own up to that. It was supposed to be at 6.
Okay. So then that leaves 2 more people in 2 more cabins. One of them is going to be this guy. He looks very well dressed. Kind of also in a suit, in like designer sunglasses. Just wheeling a suitcase with him. Just, well, this is great. I get my own room.
I desperately want the other person to look like a hobo.
The other kid basically, I get a house?
Lucky.
Homeless kid. Now, here's the thing. Since you added this joke, Goggle, high or low?
Let's go with low.
Okay, who would you like to get their comeuppance? The rich kid or the homeless kid?
Oh, the rich kid.
And you went with low?
Yes.
Okay, so they're going. The rich kid's when he just doesn't even know what he has. It's barely even a shack. And he goes to grab the front door. And he's like, well, that's odd, as the doorknob stretches back and it's like stuck to his hand. And then the awning of the house, teeth fold down from it. And it's just a house-sized mimic that eats this kid.
Jump. Well, that took him off his high horse, didn't it?
Is there an actual house right behind the house-sized mimic?
No, there's actually only 4 houses.
Oh. Oh, I see.
And it wasn't like at the end. There was a house-sized space where they were keeping a mimic. Because this is trial by fire.
Oh, I see.
I'm like, well, that's what he gets, I guess.
I'm pretty sure that the other guy appreciates what he has more now.
Right.
Yeah, the one guy's just like, oh, and he immediately goes over and he picks up a stick and starts prodding his house to make sure it isn't as well. The
Totally.
weird sisters, however, see this and they're all like kind of squatted, tapping their knees. Here, girl, come over here. Hey. Trying to call the house over to their house.
Oh. I don't think you girls should be doing that, really.
I'm gonna have them roll
Stop
something. Oh wow, they actually rolled a 17. One of them will kind of almost like she steps away from them, and as she steps away, you actually catch almost like this double image shimmer where it's like almost a reflection of hers being pulled back towards them as she comes away from the group. Oh, it's fine. He's a big sweetie. And you see several of the girls going over and like scratching under his awnings and stuff. And the house is like taking one of its front bushes and is tapping it like a dog shaking its leg.
I'm like, you own that thing?
You can't own magic. We simply
Oh.
respect it.
Oh, very nice. Do you suppose a house or a cabin-sized dog has a dog house, and what does that look like? It's like nesting.
Well, I would assume there's two answers. Do you want the honest one or the funny one? And from over there, you hear all the other girls.
It's a baby. That's my answer.
Baby.
It's a baby. It's a baby house medic.
I'm like, either or, keep me on my toes.
Well, if it's the size of a house, I'm sure its home is wherever the fuck it wants.
And I feel like Corwin would laugh at that anyway.
I'd say its home is where its heart is, because that's literally where it is, and it is a home. I do not have
We
charm, but
like
I've got brains.
you.
All
You
right.
two are fun.
I like to be fun. Magic's fun. I'll say that.
All right. So you guys can get acquainted. You can go. You can talk to whoever you want. You can explore. You got 3 days. In 2 days, you're going to be expected to do the obstacle course.
Let's start by seeing if we could find the flesh regeneration.
Yeah.
See if we could find them. Maybe learn something.
Yeah. So you guys
Desperately.
have a couple options here. You can either try to actually figure it out yourself, like go ask around and stuff, or you could come up with a spell, especially one of you is really good at divination. You guys, you want answers, you can either go talk, go investigate, or use magic.
What do you think, Baxter?
This bitch ain't Harry Potter. Ain't no rules about not using magic.
That's true.
It seems like the expectation is constantly be using magic here or die. So,
Right. So I feel like I would be like, okay, let's see what this spell will tell me.
all right. Now here's the thing. This spell, is this a spell you've done before? And if so, what's your history with this spell?
I feel like it is, because I'm kind of good with divination and things like that. And really it just gives me like maybe when I focus on an object, it gives me like the last year of its life.
Okay, so it's not even so much a spell as just like an innate ability, like you can hold it, focus, and see the history of an object type thing.
yeah, I figure my spells will be more when I get my wand, and this is just.
Oh no,
it is,
that's what I was gonna say. Like, is this written down? Is it an innate ability you've kind of figured out how to do yourself? Is it something you've heard and like kind of memorized? So an innate ability like this, given your background, totally makes sense. Okay, so let's figure this out. Seeing the history of an object, I'm going to say bends the rules of reality, because you shouldn't be able to see through time, but it is limited to the object you are holding, so it has a tether to reality. So we'll say it bends reality. It is a book or smaller, because it's a tiny object. So we're up to 6. Okay, so is this something where you like watch it, or you're just like your brain is just like smacked with the information instantly?
I feel like I have to watch it. Like maybe my eyes go white or blue or something, and I'm like not there for a few minutes.
Nice. Okay, so for a few minutes, looking back. All right, so a few minutes is another +1. So you are currently up to 6, 7. And this is... you've cast a spell a few times before, so this is +1. So this is a total DC of 8. This is going to be a brains casting.
Okay.
Oh, I should also note, because I forgot to bring this up. I said I was going to bring them up. You guys do have adversary tokens. So adversary tokens you can spend them to add +1 to your roll. 1 for 1. You start with 3 of them. This is admittedly something I'm really bad about with Kids on Bikes. How many rolls have you guys failed? Because I completely spaced on this.
I have failed 1. We've both failed 1.
You've each failed 1, so you get 1 token, because you get an adversary token every time you fail a roll.
Oh, the more I fail, the more instinctive I can be.
Yes.
Okay.
I need like a big ass post-it to remind myself of this when we run this system, because it's one of my big failings with the system. Okay. Now, when it comes to group stuff, Magic, you can't do this. Magic's always a snap decision, but there's snap decisions and planned acts. You can always spend tokens on yourself. If it's a planned action, the way you help is you don't roll. Instead, you can spend adversary tokens to give the other person a bonus. And that's how you assist in this system.
Okay. Are we going to be having a bio break at any point?
I actually think after this roll, we're going to do a bio break.
You said it's brains, right?
Yes, it is brains.
And I roll that twice?
Yes. Oh, no, this isn't Guardian. You're not protecting someone.
Okay.
Gotcha. No, you just make your brains roll.
All right. Where's my D8? Sorry, guys.
It's all good.
Ooh, good. A 3.
A 3. Okay, so here's the thing. The target number was 8. Currently, you're going to fail by 5. You have 4 adversary tokens. You can fail by 5. You do not have enough to succeed, but you could reduce how much you fail by if you want.
I will reduce it by 2.
Okay, so now you only fail by 3. You spend 2 adversary tokens, which is good, because failing by 5 to 9 is a whole other tier of bad.
Oh, good. I just guessed.
Yeah. Typically, that's what it is. You got to try and remember and guess and figure out how much you want to risk. All right, so fails, but not too badly. Okay, so you try to focus to where the history of this, figuring out where this class is, and you basically get feedback. The spell like kind of goes off a little. You've probably never cast magic under an ocean. Who knows what interference that's going to cause? Right. Stuff like that. It's just a bad enough feedback where you have a headache now. So you're not going to be able to use this ability again, probably for like a few hours, but you can do everything else without penalty.
Okay. I'm like, God.
What's up, Goggle?
Can I spend a token? For
Good.
myself.
Okay.
Instinctual knowledge.
Gotcha. Is it instinctual
I should have
knowledge?
done this before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you should.
Is it only one token? I need to remember.
Spend one token to have instinctual knowledge.
Okay, yeah. So spend a token.
I'm
So-
down to 3.
Andy's character goes for his like, we need to use magic. I'm gonna use some magic. Oh God.
Like,
It was
well,
like,
doesn't answer's
All
not
right,
there.
Andy, you do get one token back because you failed.
Okay.
What's your question you're asking for instinctual knowledge?
where's the class for flesh regeneration? That's like one of the things they
Yeah.
advertised.
So your instincts are gonna basically be, I bet there's a map, and you go over to near the cafeteria and there's like little pamphlet maps, and now you know where the class is.
Yes.
Well, she didn't seem like the map type.
She probably
No,
didn't
this
make
is
them.
probably not her. She just didn't put in the effort to tell people to take that shit down.
Right. Yeah. There we go.
Some teachers just like, they can't find my class.
It's like the
It was probably up at the manta ray where they're just like, they can't find my class, which is why even after they made the map, they're just like, okay,
Oh yeah,
that class is up there.
the professor like on the manta ray is probably just like, put me on this fucking shift. Like, I'm supposed to be teaching these kids things. They're not gonna get up here. I forgot to bring my lunch. I'm up here all day.
It's fair.
But with that, we're gonna go have a bio break. We'll be back in about 5-10 minutes.
Oh.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
New Smurf Magic Berries. That fruity cereal with marshmallow stars will be marshmallowy mine.
Gargamel took our cereal!
Take it, Smurfy. It's a sis with my marshmallow stars. He'll feel the pinch. Ow! I miss Smurf!
Everyone loves new Smurf Magic Berries, red, orange, and yellow.
With my stars of marshmallow. New Smurf Magic Berry cereal. Part of this nutritious breakfast.
What a great day for singing our new song. Good time, great taste, great taste. That's why this is our place. Our place. The good time, great taste of McDonald's.
Good time, great taste. That's why this is our
Our place.
The good time, great taste of McDonald's.
Hubba hubba burger, hubba tick-tock, bebop. Hubba hubba fries, hubba tick-tock, bebop. Hubba hubba shake, hubba tick-tock, bebop.
Good time, great taste. Here's the spot.
Good time, great taste. That's why this is our place.
The good time, great taste.
Of McDonald's. McDonald's.
The good time, great taste.
Of McDonald's.
Getting into drugs and being high is the best thing to do. Being original and take a stand. You're free to say no. Let a friend put you in. Taking drugs, you got a right to say no. Two new sticks, new, tasty new twist. There's a whole new way we can move today. Hey, if you like it before, you're gonna like it even more. Today or tomorrow, it's a segment too.
The cookie's even crunchier, that's what's new.
Keep on moving with new tricks.
You know why crunch berries are special?
You bet. Because Captain Crunch only picks sweet, yummy, special berries like us.
Making my crunch berry cereal.
Very delicious.
Yay, Crunch Berries.
Crunch berries are a very sweet part of a balanced breakfast.
Wish we could do magic like Willow.
Now you can.
Yes, Crunch!
With my Willow magic tricks, like Willow's magic window, card trick, or coin trick.
Magic, like the movie.
Now in specially marked boxes of Captain Crunch cereal.
Wow, this beach is like
Wacky, wild, Kool-Aid style.
Kool-Aid cooler. Kool-Aid style.
Kool-Aid style. Makes me wacky.
Taste the world!
Whoa! Kool-Aid style.
Wacky, wild, Kool-Aid style.
Wacky, wild.
Kool-Aid style.
Wacky, wild.
Kool-Aid style. Kool-Aid soft drink.
Oh, yeah.
Take it easy on that slate board, Freddy. Be careful.
You too, Dad. Don't forget to sing a song of seatbelt safety.
Huh? Oh, yeah. The seat belt connected to the frame zone. The lap strap goes across the hip bone. The shoulder strap angles over the chest bone.
So hear the words of the law.
Those belts, those bones, those seat belts.
For safety's sake, wear seatbelt.
I'll properly wear seat belts and heed the words of the law.
Sometimes kids have to remind grown-ups. Yabba dabba buckle up.
They're here with a whole new act. The Grapevine Tour, only at Hardee's. Buy any 2 Rise and Shine biscuits or any dessert and collect an all-new California Raisin figurine for just 99 cents. A new rocker or roller each week. Collect all 6 only at Hardee's because we're out to win you over.
Hurry up, Mike. We want to go to McDonald's.
Okay, wait a minute. I'm really into this pinball game.
Big Stack, Big Mac, go-go. Great taste, hot fries, we got them on a roll. Hardcore to battle, a Coke and the BLT. A good time, a great taste, really into my place. A good time, great taste. Of McD, when they held it out. Humma, humma, boing, doing, ding, dang, a bebop. Humma, humma, boing, boing, ding, dang, a bebop. Boing, doing, ding, ba-dee-dee-dee-dee-da. Good time, great taste, on the spot. Good time, great taste, give it a shot. Good time, great taste. That's why this is my place. Good time, great taste.
Boy, that made me hungry.
Of McDonald's.
You guys coming?
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Captain OG Reedmore here. If they send a mouse to outer space where Hawaii's getting snow, if a Martian lands on Thompson Street, you'll be the first to know. If you read the daily papers and your favorite magazine, you'll be out in front and in the know on all the latest scenes. You can tell your friends, you heard it first. And you'll hold the latest views. So read the paper and some magazines, 'cause reading is what's news. Oh, hurry, Grimace. The movie started.
More excitement than ever, full of thrills and chills.
What could it be?
McDonald's Happy Meals, starring hamburgers,
Soft drink and fries, all regular size.
I love movies with a happy meal ending.
Now Walt Disney's classic movie Bambi can come to life at your house. Because when you buy this special McDonald's Happy Meal, you get either Friend Owl, or Flower, or Thumper, or Bambi. Posable Bambi and Friends at McDonald's.
Today,
Believe it or not, he's thrilled to be here.
get a look at the wildlife. Take on adventure with host Alan Thicke and Animal Crack-Ups.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Who tried to buy the Chips Ahoy cookie without biting a chip? I'll reconstruct the crime. Snack time. Someone spies a plateful of Chips Ahoy cookies. He bites the chip. He tries again, but the chips are stacked against him.
Original, chewy, and striped Chips Ahoy.
I confess. I did it, and I'll do it again.
Did you bite a chip?
Dinosaurs, come on!
Capture the dinosaurs.
Those romping, stomping dinosaurs.
It's the dinosaur hunt. Chef Boyardee, dinosaurs.
New dinosaurs from Chef Boyardee. Tasty, wholesome pasta that's a dinosaur hunt. 'Cause first one to capture all 3 dinosaur shapes wins.
Thank goodness for Chef Boyardee. Dinosaurs. Dinosaurs.
And new dinosaurs with meatballs.
Dinosaurs.
Why is alphabets fun to eat?
Oh, for robots. Those old robot in my alphabet. How does it taste?
Post-alphabet cereal, part of this nutritious breakfast. You can eat the fun.
We got alphabet stickers. A is for artist. That's me. Fun letters to stick on your stuff. You can never have enough. 10 stickers is at the dispenser free with post-alphabet cereal. And each box marked specially.
These are my piranha pants. Levi's. It's gonna have holes in your Levi's. It's better to have them naturally worn.
Get a natural one, make it bigger. I like to wear what's normal to wear, I guess.
Do whatever the heck you want, you know? It's your life.
The ultimate threat to the universe is here.
I am Hordak, and this is my evil horde.
Bleach! Mantenna! Grizzly!
Your evil even scares me, Hordak, my friend. The evil horde has no friends.
The Evil Horde, new from the Masters of the Universe collection. All figures each sold separately.
Let me out of here!
From Mattel.
Alan, drink your Ovaltine. It has vitamins and minerals.
Oh, do I have to?
It's got a new chocolatey taste.
I can't get over Ovaltine. It's so delicious now. It tastes fantastic. Wow, it's a whole new scene. Ovaltine. I can't get over Ovaltine. I can't get
Ovaltine, the whole new taste you won't get over.
I can't get Ovaltine.
Also available in sugar-free.
Let's break for breakfast.
Maybe those kids will share their tricks with a jumping gymnast. Having a workout, kids?
We're having this good, nutritious breakfast with tricks.
Tricks? With those fruit flavors I fall for?
Let's see our other tricks.
1 and 2 and... Oranges, lemons, and grapes I see. The fruit taste of tricks is all for me!
Rabbit. Silly rabbit. Tricks are for kids.
It never works out.
Oh, Sweet Sea, will you swim up to me?
Introducing Sweet Sea and Sea Star.
Sweet Sea, you're my sweet baby mermaid. Stay close, Sweet Sea. I'll take care of you. Your hair is so beautiful. You're the princess from the sea.
Oh, Sweet Sea.
Sweet dreams, Sweet Sea. I'll always be your mommy.
Sweet Sea comes with everything you see here. New from Tommy.
The battle of the sectors continues. Waspax is no match for the defenses of the ancients. Dargon's armies push the evil sectors back toward the hive. The monster Nar swallows up Skeeto. Pinsor evens his score with Skulk. But Pinsor doesn't see the giant destructor ball. Is this the end of Dargon's loyal friend? Watch the next episode of Sectors by Coleco.
Catching Cobra's really tough, you know. And Cobra's up to something bad with G.I. Joe.
Cobra! Cobra blew up the bridge. Bridge layer to the rescue. The ice cycle will catch him.
Introducing the new Joes, Barbecue and Shipwreck.
We're gonna stop Cobra this time.
G.I. Joe.
After him. Joe.
G.I. Joe Bridge Layer comes with driver, or Striker comes with driver. Other figures and equipment sold separately from Hasbro.
Ryan, got your new cereal.
How's it look, Duke?
All clear. Go for it.
Hit it! Introducing G.I. Joe Action Stars brand cereal, a delicious part of this complete breakfast. Crunchy stars that taste great. So, for all you action stars...
Bye, Mom.
G.I. Joe Action Stars.
Super golden crisp. Rocks in the box, rolls in the bowl, and the taste is solid gold.
All those golden parts of wheat. Got a crunch just crisp and bold. Gets me moving and grooving. Where the taste is solid gold.
Post Super Golden Crisp cereal, part of this nutritious breakfast with a taste that's solid gold.
weekdays at 3, 2 hours of red-hot action on Channel 2, starting with the Thundercats, the righteous superheroes of the universe. At 3:30, the battle rages across the galaxy as the amazing GoBots fight for control of Earth. At 4, a real American hero, exciting action with G.I. Joe. At 4:30, futuristic intergalactic combat with the Transformers. Fantastic Adventure starts weekdays at 3 on Channel 2. There's only one, 2.
We are here at the Crunchabout to draw the winners in the Where's the Captain sweepstakes. How's it work, Captain?
Millions answered right.
The Milky Way was correct.
From those entries, 10,000 winners are drawn.
Another winner.
Congratulations to you too, Captain, for putting the crunch on that Sog Master.
No one puts the kibosh on the slosh. We'll see, Sog Breath. Thanks for entering. Winners get a letter from me.
Yay, it actually fixed all the audio this time. I got the macros right. Hey, everybody, we're back.
Oh, yay.
With more. So at this point, you guys now have an old pamphlet map. You can look around, see what you want to do. You can look into classes. You have essentially 2 days before the trials.
Yeah, I don't know if Jason is conscious, if he can even sleep in there, so let's try and get him back to being normal.
That's just what I was thinking.
Okay.
So, flesh regeneration class.
All right. So, you look, the flesh regeneration class there's a straight path here. It's actually awesome. It's on the way towards a place on the map called, what's this place called? You made it. The Grotto. It's on the way there. All you have to go through is the acid bog. So,
nice.
Following this path, like, hey, we're going to get Jason. The jars there just going, what even am I anymore?
You are just lacking some structure.
It's...
So we'll give it back to you.
We are.
But you guys see on the way to this area, you can see in the distance, there is this pirate ship. Like a galleon split in half coming up at two ends with kind of this little almost shanty town around it. It shimmers out there, but before you get to it, while you're still in the air bubble, right along the edge of the air bubble in all directions this way, there's a moat about 100 yards thick of bubbling green acid.
Well,
there is a sign that says bridge this way.
I just don't trust that. So, seems too easy. I'm like, could we create a, like, over the windows, the way we did the windows in the bus? Could we create
I want to swim.
A walkover?
Oh, you're a swim.
Yeah, like, the point being, I grit over myself, I protective magic over myself, and just swim.
Okay. So, you need to do the spell, and then you're going to need to successfully swim across in time.
I'm going to start, if I do the spell, I'm going to start by just dipping a toe in.
Okay.
Do the smart thing, find out if the spell works before I just jump in.
Well, yes. But first you gotta make the spell work. All right, this would be to the level of could happen. Maybe this just looks more aesthetic than it is.
Yeah,
like you're not moving the stuff out of the way. You're not creating things that aren't there. So that's just a
part
3.
Of the Red Sea.
So that adds 3 to your DC. It's gonna cover yourself. So up to the size of a person, that adds 3 to the DC. Do you want this to last a few minutes, 1 hour, or all day?
A few minutes.
Okay, so +1 is going to make the DC to swim across harder. Because you have less time to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've already made your choice.
I've made my choice.
All right, so this...
I don't love it.
You're up to a 7.
Hand me the jar.
I'm like, okay, but if it comes down to you or him...
I think I'm going to especially since you're not from the Wizarding World, I'm going to very easily say you have never seen someone cast this spell before or read about it.
Yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing.
So that adds +5. The target number is now 12. It is a grit roll.
Look,
I rolled 18 out of 20, and I got a +1.
So a 19. So you actually beat it by 7.
Yay! Who's our big helper?
Okay. It actually creates this shimmering bubble around you. It seems like you made something a little more breaking the rules of reality than you expected. It creates an actual, like, translucent bubble around you. It looks like the bubble has enough give that if Andy were to be a human backpack on your back, he would be within the bubble, but it would be a tight fit. So you have that potential bonus. You can choose to use it or not use it.
Wait, no, don't get on, because that would be might, and I'm not. I am not mighty.
But if you get in trouble, how am I supposed to help you all the way over here?
From all the way over here, it's magic.
You do remember you only have a few minutes to do this, so you have
Yeah,
to
I'm
decide
going.
quickly. All right.
Bye.
Boom. You go. I need a flight roll from you to swim across quickly.
Okay, that's a 10. I think.
So you need to do this quickly. So we're going to say this is a. If you weren't skilled, you wouldn't be able to do it. So we're going to say this is a 5 for the DC.
I got a 7.
Hey, you beat it by 2. Cool. You succeed, but not impressively. No ill effects. You're just like swimming. You're realizing it's pushing the acid away, so you're trying to swim in an egg that isn't touching the stuff to swim in.
At that point, I'm just like getting to the bottom and then just trying to run forward.
That's exactly what would happen. The thing is then you get to the other end and you gotta like try and jump and push the top of the egg to get it to go up, to get up the top. And it's like this kind of awkward bobbing for a while before you finally up and over. And as you get over, the entire thing goes just in time. All right.
I did it.
Andy, what would you like to do?
To get across this?
Yes.
I'm going to go with my plan and create like a barrier walkway over it.
Okay, so how long do you want this to last? A few minutes, an hour? If it lasts a day, you just cast it once and you can even come back on the same casting.
I will. No, I'll do it for a couple of hours.
Okay. I'll just keep that as the 1 hour.
Oh, yeah, right.
Because it goes 1 hour, 1 day, and the only difference is +1. It's a +2 for an hour, +3 for a day.
Then I'll just do the day. I guess.
Okay. Yeah, so you're going to have this last for a day. Question. What you're making, are you causing like stones to rise up out of the acid to make a walkway? Or are you creating like kind of like a magical force walkway?
A magical force walkway.
Okay.
Kind of like
you're completely breaking reality. Got it.
Okay, well, I was going to say that I'm
alternatively
this spell that
frozen acid.
Oh. Kind of the barrier spell that we used on the windows to keep the water.
Well, the windows were it was much lower because you were just holding actual windows that were already there.
Okay.
This you're making a path, like you're making a physical thing that wasn't there before, so it's going to be harder. Pretty much reinforcing versus making from nothing.
Then can I raise the stone?
Yeah.
Like raise.
Yeah, you could like raise stones or like basically change the ground around to warp with
I'll do
it.
that.
All right, that could not happen naturally, but you're not adding things that aren't real, so it's bending reality instead of breaking reality. So 5 + 3 is an 8. You need to go the entire area of effect across, which means this is a classroom or bigger. So that's 7. So this is now a 16. Or no, sorry, 15.
Yeah.
I will say, however, the simple concept of just making a walkway, whether or not it's through acid, doesn't matter nearly as much for you, because you're moving things that were already there, versus a shell that makes you impervious to acid. That very much has to specifically be acid you've dealt with before. So we'll say... at least you've seen someone else do it. So this is a DC 18. You do have 3 adversary tokens.
Yeah, I'll bring it down to a 15, I guess.
I will also say you could take your time with this, and given you're probably doing this at the same time as Baxter was moving through the acid, which could help you like see what's down there and everything. Baxter, you can spend adversary tokens to assist as well, even though that's not normally within the rules, because you guys are really pushing out of your comfort zone.
Nah, you're on your own. One thing you could do is you could do this in segments, so you can have smaller area of effect.
You could. You
And
just have
you
to
could
cast
choose-
a bunch more times and like make areas you jump and stuff like that.
I mean, I could do that. It will take us a while.
I'm already there. What are you talking about?
No. Oh. And you wouldn't let me climb on your back. Oh, you left me over here. And now I have to do the Walkway of Doom.
And now you're just going full
The walk
Moses.
of shame.
The Walk of Shame. That's it. I will... I'll just go with it and see if I can make it happen.
I mean, there's no harm if you don't.
Right.
Oh, wait, no, there
I
is
won't
harm.
Step out there. That's for sure.
Bobby's looking pensive.
I know.
Go ahead and roll.
The thing to note is spells could fail on any points, not all points at once. So it could be like, it seems like it's working totally fine, and then a couple minutes later it stops working type situation.
You guys are terrible at pep talks. I'm just I'll just, why not try? Why not?
What?
Or could I mimic what he just did alternatively?
In theory, yeah, that would be you've seen someone else cast it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe I'll do that.
All right, so that
Maybe I'll do that instead of risking my life.
that breaks the rules of reality. Only lasts a few minutes, so you're up to an 8 a person, so 13.
Well, mine was the 3.
Oh, that's right. It could happen, but not naturally, because originally it was just gonna dip. It wasn't intended to be the shell.
Yeah.
That's right. So could happen, but not naturally. So 3, few minutes, 4, a person, 3 more, that's 7. You've seen this, is only 3 more, so now it's a DC 10 to do what Goggle did.
Yeah. Mine was, I think, a DC 12.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yours was 2 higher.
Yep.
I am going to do that then, and I'm going to use 2 adversary tokens to...
Okay, you don't have to choose to spend them till after you roll. FYI.
Oh, okay. All right.
You roll. Kids on Bike stuff, I tell you what the target number is, and you then decide to spend adversary tokens. Now, if you fail, I just have to tell you failed.
Right.
But
and what kind of it is? Brains? No.
This is grit.
Grit. Oh.
If you're going his route, it'll be grit.
I think I'm actually decent with that. Yeah, a D12.
Yeah.
Okay.
Grit is my best. Grit is your second best. Brains is my second best, but Brains is your first.
And
Good mirror.
dice check it was, or the difficulty check?
10.
10. Okay, so I'm going to use my 3 adversary tokens to make that a 10.
Nice. You rolled a 7. All right. So just this is like, you did it. You're going, you get it. It doesn't create the shell. It's just like right against your skin. But you're realizing
So you actually just swim.
you realize it's about as stiff as a shell anyways. So it's right against your skin, but you can't like move that easily. So you're just like kind of half clawing through. You're like, all right, well, at least I can pull myself up. And as you grab your hands on the ledge and start pulling up, while your torso's still in, the shell starts melting off your body as you're pulling up. You're just like,
from
no,
the hands
no,
down.
no, yeah, just like no, and it's like to the point where like it's coming down as the acid's coming, and it's just like,
get me out of here.
At that point, I just grab his shoulders, just pull.
Yeah, and boom, you guys get him up and out. And
Maybe
as
we'll-
you're there, probably panting, kind of freaking out, you hear from behind you. Oh, so somebody made it.
What?
Looks like someone actually made it. Hi.
Yeah, is there actually a bridge?
Well, I mean, there was
Yeah, that's what I thought.
over there. And he kind of motions over to the side.
It looks no different.
Like, no, he motions over to the side, and you see the posts for a wood rope suspension bridge and like burned ropes dangling over the acid.
Might have been easier to use, actually.
How many people actually make it to this class?
Make it without immediately needing it, a lot less than those that make it.
Okay.
All right. Mate, so we got a friend here, and yeah.
You like pull out the jar that's just like, ah!
I uncap it to like let them hear.
Let the voice out. Like,
oh, did
You
he
got
try to
Freddy?
come first, or wait? Oh, this is I recognize this work. Okay, yeah, this is some of Ambrosia's work. Got it. Man, someone must have really pissed her off.
I mean, she's not much for jokes, is she?
You tried humor with her?
It's my go-to.
I don't remember. This is one of the mer creatures. This is like a deep one mer creature, kind of bluish gray. In fact, you guys have probably been
He's
saying that
like-
you haven't seen him too well, like he's behind the rocks, and he just comes out this fish guy, just like, what? My people worship an eldritch abomination that knows no name or time, and he has more of a sense of humor than Ambrosia.
Oh, good to know.
I like you.
Has she ever considered maybe a job change?
No, she likes it too much.
Yeah, she
Yes, right
requested
now.
this position.
Yep, I called it. The only thing that could be more appropriate if she decided she wanted to be a Gorgon.
I'm gonna say, be right back, guys. I got a crying baby. I'll be right back.
In the meantime, chat, how are you doing? You guys having a nice night?
Since we're here with just you
And ourselves.
and ourselves.
My lovely friend over here.
Oh, don't mind him. That's his condom lamp.
My lamp's in the other direction.
Just kidding.
But also, I was pointing at you.
Were you on my screen? You're pointing to nothing.
The thing is, I'm referencing where you are on the stream. So,
I
pointing to you, and you just called yourself the condom lamp.
I am the condom lamp. That's what he calls me. It's his pet name. It's what we do.
Oh God, no! If you don't mind me, I'm just gonna go to a Discord I'm in and quote that. We have an out of context channel where we just take out of context quotes. I'm the condom lamp.
I'm the condom lamp. Hey, chat.
That's
The condom lamp. No. Oh God. I sometimes wish that we weren't being videotaped for things like this.
Now I'm gonna go ahead and add that with a tag any person who isn't on the server. All right, we tag everybody that we quote, even people who aren't on the server. Still
Okay.
counts.
Okay.
We have a specific role for people who aren't on the server. Sometimes we give context for them, such as one that I'd overheard through the window of my car from somebody else in their car, which was just the weirdest shit.
Forever be known as the condom lamp. Yep. Oh Lord, of course I will be. Yep.
You did this to yourself.
I did. Much like my very first streaming event ever, I made a really bad joke and I will never live that down. This is one of Bobby's favorite things to bring up, and it's so embarrassing. And I felt like if I could have just crawled under the table and disappeared, I would have done that.
You did this to yourself.
I did this to myself. Hey, Bob.
All right.
I'm
Hey,
the-
Bobby, Andy's the condom lamp now.
He's what? Oh, no. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry,
No,
guys.
okay. I hope that doesn't show up in the Kids on Brooms group. Facebook.
Right.
Condom lamp.
Oh,
magic, I guess.
Yeah. All right. So, sorry. Part of the trials of having a newborn.
Life is life.
But you guys get there, and yeah, he comes out. And he's like, you guys made it to class. I'll actually instruct you. I haven't done this in like 5 years. What would I have you call me this time? You can just call me George. I mean, my native tongue will likely cause your tongue to rot and fall out of its mouth, so I tend to just stick with human names when teaching kids.
Cool. Because I mean, like, I learned a little bit. It's not. I believe this is just a greeting, but.
Give me a charm roll.
Okay.
But here's the thing. This is a magical language. So you are
Got
under
a 6
the
out of
Reaper.
6.
A 6 out of 6?
Does that win automatically?
Okay. Oh, you rolled a 6 on a d6?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that means it might keep going.
That's why I'm asking.
I'm not sure what the DC is for this. I'm going to completely wing it and leave it to chance. The DC was a 4.
Okay, cool. I could have gone further.
Good. You weren't driven mad? Someone who shows promise. You're an overachiever. I like that. You know what? Yeah. You've already volunteered. We're lopping his arm off first. Come on, kids. Let's go to class.
Some people say overachiever. I say
Whose arm off?
Oh, don't worry. The paint's just excruciating. As it starts fading the black.
Okay, no worries. I'm like, all right.
And
I've
we
got to get
cut
rid of a
to
D20.
you spend we're gonna actually fast track this a little bit. Rather than it being 1 notch for passing classes, I'm gonna double them. And it's 2 notches. You succeed on 2 notches of passing courses and stuff. Because one of the things I love is you take courses and those matter on leveling, but the book even says you do that off screen. And you don't even have to roll for it. It's just if it would make sense that your character actually cares about classes and passes, you pass classes and the GM can just spread that out how they want. So we're just going to say you guys took to it. You did that. This is actually great for both of you. It's really good for Goggle because this would be, actually, I'm going to quickly pull up because how classes work is they usually have several options at once. Obviously, grit is an option here that you can choose to give yourself a +1 in. Oh, wait. you're already trained in grit, so you could do 2 marks towards the next one, but it won't be enough to level it. What else? You guys could do brawn for this.
That's
You
my
could
next
do-
question is
or do
what
flight.
is flesh regeneration?
Well, that's the thing, is classes typically say, and then it relates to these 3 types of magic. And then you get to pick
Okay.
which one. So grit isn't obvious. I'll say brawn, because it's like the forcing of flesh to move where it shouldn't. And then flight. So
I'll go with flight.
Okay, so you get +1 to when you're casting magic with flight. Andy, you get the same. You get +1 to one of these 3. Grit, flight, or brawn.
I am going to go with grit.
Awesome. I mean, this is getting a little more loose, but that's because we're using these rules in a one-shot when they're for campaign play. But
yeah,
I'm being mean, and there's only 2 of you, so teamwork isn't really much of a help for you guys.
And you said it's plus something?
You get +1 now. You're now trained in grit magic, which gives you +1 to grit when you're using magic.
Well, then I got an 11.
Oh, I wasn't making you roll for anything. This was just giving you...
Gotcha.
I have a fly in here that's been bugging me for 2 days.
Oh, you know what's so satisfying? Finally smacking that thing out of the air. Oh,
damn it!
It's hard.
Yeah.
Go, Miyagi. Where are your chopsticks?
They like to land on my Elgato key light, and I don't want to just punch this like $150 light. Cause no. Got him. All right. So day's over.
All right.
You know what? You kids did pretty great. Screw it. Don't tell the headmistress I did this. But and he goes into, he is naked except for like a leather belt that has many pouches on it because he's a fish dude. He goes into one and he pulls out a pan flute. And at first you think he's gonna put it up, and he holds it to his gills on the side of his neck. And it goes, and the acid literally like Red Sea parts for you guys.
I like it. And then would I have to make another check if I said something in that?
Yes. Yes, every time you speak the language of the Eldritch Deep Ones, you're going to be making a check.
Right.
Because you're playing with fire.
I am playing with fire.
Let's see what you inadvertently said.
I'm trying to say goodbye.
Cool.
I rolled a 6 again.
Eldritch beings are really bad about saying goodbye. Roll that d6 again because it keeps rioting. The target number is a 16.
Oh no.
A fair version of me would just pull up the stuff and do it.
I hit it exactly.
What'd you hit?
I rolled the second 6.
Oh, okay.
And then
a 4.
And then I rolled a 4. I hit it exactly.
So you're starting to like let these gurgles and stuff out, and your brain starts to get foggy, and your vision goes narrow for a second, and you just force the last out, and everything snaps back, and you have like a slight nosebleed. But you said the thing.
Yeah. I can speak Eldritch.
You're either stubborn or stupid. Either way, if you get back up to the surface, I have some associates that would love to give you some pamphlets.
I have a skill and I must use it. That's what I'm going on.
All right, so you guys.
The question is how I learned this shit.
Now here's. Okay, I have kind of a horribly morbid and grotesque question for you. This guy is an Eldritch Fish person. You've been here all day. Did you either not eat lunch or eat whatever he was eating.
I skip lunch. With all the flesh regeneration and all that, I'm going to go with no.
Yeah. Andy?
Also, I want to clarify something. We didn't regenerate Jason while we were there. On the off chance that we had to recross that moat.
So, Andy, did you eat lunch with George and whatever barbecue he had? Or... Okay. It's self-sustaining. It's great for the environment. We have to think about our oceans. Just taking raw meat. You swear the like strip of meat is like wiggling away from him as he's trying to eat it. So you guys come back. It is dinner time. The cabins are going on. There is light coming from the conch. People are probably eating there. Do you guys want to go get some food?
Yeah.
All right. So it's kind of raucous here. I'm going to quickly make a roll to see if anyone else died.
Part of me wants one of the sisters to have died, and they're just dealing with that.
Cabin 2. Oh no, the crying kids. One of the crying kids died.
But the other one's not the crying kid anymore. He's the sobbing kid.
Well, at first, you see him, like, you're looking, like, where are some of the crying kids? And you see one of them who, like, had, like, an emo haircut, and he has a hoodie pulled up, blocking most of his face.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, oh, where's the other kid? But you don't hear crying. And he gets up, and as he gets up, like, he kind of moves slightly wrong. And a third arm seems to be jutting out of his left sleeve. And a third leg out of his right pants leg.
Oh, the other crying kid.
So, that happened.
Mm-hmm.
The sisters are singing hymns. You're not sure of the language. As they sing, there's a constant black fog that swirls around their ankles. And you've now gone to the cafeteria for the first time, which means you can see the cafeteria worker.
Yeah.
This is a large conch shell, inhabited by probably the biggest hermit crab you've ever seen.
So,
and because it's hilarious, he 100% has a bandana on, and he is making sushi.
Under the sea, under the sea.
Under the sea.
Under the sea.
Everything's better down where it's wet. Take it from me.
Chop, don't start this again.
Under the sea, sing up.
I was gonna say, now, there appears to be a menu up, but again, this is a place that doesn't hold back. It's a trial by fire location. It's not written in any English language. It's arcane script, which means you'd have to use magic to know what the menu is. Or you can kind of guess and just try and talk to the crab and hope the crab speaks English.
I'm going to spend one of those tokens for intuition.
All right. What do you want to intuit?
I want to intuit which of these things on this list is probably safe to eat.
Number 5 has never steered you wrong at any restaurant.
All right. Number 5. I'm just going to hold up 5 fingers.
5 fingers works because you go up, you're about to say something, the crowd there just turns, and it's just like, cheer, cheer. It's like bubbles start foaming out of where its giant crab mouth is.
I did not learn that language
You hold up 5 fingers and it
when I picked up that handbook on how to speak to the deep creatures.
And it goes quiet, and then it, like, its mandibles up front click 5 times, just. And then it turns down. You hear a hinge as something creaks. It pulls out, and with like its big old crab claw, throws over.
Received. Class 2 access granted. Enjoy your stay.
Thank you for the subscription, Flip. Throws over a brown paper bag that's like kind of soggy and wet.
Yeah, okay. Is it warm?
It is.
All right, what's inside there?
It's a meatball sub.
Meatball sub it is. Let's go.
I feel like Corwin would have just been like, I'll have what he's having. I'll do this.
Yeah, I'll have what he's having. It turns to you.
I'm like,
foam. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, shucks. Yeah, it's a meatball sub and like a thing of fries that have gone kind of stale. It looks like these are lunches, like meals that were pre-packed and are in a thing for him to just give out when they ask for these things. They're the pre-packaged food.
All right.
Sometimes when you don't know where you are, buying the pre-packaged food's the safest bet.
Right.
We're under the Great Barrier Reef right now.
All right.
Sorry, guys.
I'm reiterating some things because Flip seems to have been newly arrived.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just the two right now. This may become an ongoing game if we find a time slot, because we'll probably tweak the world a little bit, but what we were talking about where you would go after this camp, I'm 100% for like Olympus University grad school.
That would be very much like Scion or whatever. The God and all of that.
I'm down with that using this, and like I have nothing against a storyteller system, but I love that you can do so much of World of Darkness stuff with this.
Right, and I just rules light. It keeps the game moving.
I don't have to worry about what clans or factions is the giant crab sushi chef. All right.
Lying if I said that I haven't met something analogous to the giant crab sushi chef when I'm playing World of Darkness.
This is true. All right, so you guys made it through your first day. Do you want to interact with any of the other campers?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Because we only have about a half hour left. So
I want to interact with those girls.
Okay.
I know. I was gonna say the same thing. I'm like, let's go chat with the Weird Sisters. They seem cool.
Planning on hitting on them.
Oh, I am not gonna be there then because that's creepy and weird. Unless you know,
you could be my wingman.
Yeah, gay guys make good wing guys.
Also, sadly, I didn't realize my voice mod wasn't working on stream, so I've just been like doing a half voice into the mic, thinking voice mod was doing stuff, and it wasn't.
It wasn't, but it's okay. I got it.
Yeah. But yeah, you turn to the girls. What do you say to them as you two approach? The four of them.
That's hang on. I'm Australian. Oi, that's a beautiful song you're singing. Don't suppose you might be able to show me how to move my mouth in that way.
Give me a charm roll.
That's the point.
The difficulty is 12.
This is my magic D6.
It better be real magic.
That's a 6.
I have seen him roll this D6. It's pretty fucking magic. It is not a balanced die.
It is a balanced die, though. I've rolled once.
Well, an unbalanced die doesn't never roll a 1. That's called a trick die.
I mean, that's fair. But this die is haunted by somebody from Las Vegas.
Nice. All right, so you got 6,
and I got a 5. I'm going to go ahead and use one of those tokens.
You can spend multiple tokens to go above just barely succeeding.
I have 2 tokens.
Yeah. So do you want to match exactly, or do you want to go above?
Well, you know what? Let's go. I'll use the second token and go above.
Okay. Because 0 is its own thing on the tables. Exact match is its own thing.
It's not a
All right.
failure, but it's not a success.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much. It's like
not
you succeed at a cost, typically, is how that goes.
Okay.
All right. But yeah, with the +1, it's just...
We can't show you how we move, but we could change how you move. Some of the other campers wanted help with teamwork. Would you like that help?
I feel like Corwin's gonna grab his tray and go sit next to the poor kid.
Remember, there is the crying kids that seem to have been merged into one very miserable mass in this room.
They're not going to make it.
Well,
And the sisters are now saying they're willing to help you with teamwork.
You know, I'm willing to learn teamwork on my own.
Yeah,
it's
let me
complicated.
know how that
Don't worry
works
about
out
it.
for you.
Very well.
It's a different voice model.
As they just start going back into their strange chanting.
Oh, okay. All right.
I think they're good on vitamin D. Let's go talk to the massive crying kid.
I don't know about that. I think I'm good. You want to talk to the crying kid? You can
I was
talk to
gonna
the
say
crying kid.
there's the poor kid, the crying kid. Start a food fight with just one of the sisters.
Ooh, whipped cream. Oh.
But yeah, if you want to interact with anyone else, you can. If not, we're gonna fast forward the next day so we can hopefully get this done on time because we got about 20 minutes.
Flip says cause one of them to be different. We've got another day. Don't worry about it.
Oh, Flip, you've missed what happens when one of them separates from the pack to not talk in unison with everybody. It has happened once already.
Yeah, it's not impossible.
We can just fast forward then so we can wrap it.
So day 2, do you guys go back to study more about flesh regeneration? Do you go to look into something else?
I want to look into the aquaculture of man-eating plants.
See the other class.
All right.
The other class.
Yeah. Aquaculture of man-eating plants. It is in the other far side of camp as you head over there. It is on the other side of the arena. That's all it's called. As you get there, there is an area that's about 1,000 feet long with shooting geysers everywhere.
Sports time.
Yeah.
As the geysers are shooting, however, in between the areas of the geysers, they appear to be almost 20-foot tall piranha plants that their vine areas can whip around almost like tentacles with these massive piranha plant heads. On the other side of this, you can just barely make it out at the distance. It's a little shack with the tiniest old woman with long gray hair watering plants.
Okay. I'm gonna go with just gonna go around the geysers.
All right.
I should probably actually make it so that I can breathe underwater first.
Just in case.
Well, considering we're going into aquaculture.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
so breathing underwater could happen, but not naturally. So 3. I'm trying to decide. This seems like it should be common enough, so it could be a book or smaller, because you could just like enchant your lungs or just enchant your face.
with the fact that we're underwater and everything, I assume that I've seen other people doing this.
This
over
is
the
true.
last day.
Yeah, so it'll be the whole person. So that's a total of a 6. Do you want this to last a few minutes or an hour? It's gonna be your
And
class
let's go
is
with
probably
an
gonna be
hour.
underwater. Yeah.
At least an hour. I
So-
may have to recast it while underwater.
All right. And we'll say this is you're also from Australia, so you may have accidentally done this stuff like out in the surf and stuff anyways. So you've probably cast this before. So 6, 7, 8. This is a DC 9. I'm going to quickly double check what type of magic this is. Because it could be grit, but it might be something else. I want to make sure. It's not charm.
I feel like this seems like it's something that the...
Oh, no. I actually probably could have had Flight do this as well. Because grit is to protect others. Flight is to avoid yourself from being hurt. We're going to make this one Flight.
It is to protect others.
What?
It's a good thing I'm trained in flight now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Actually, I didn't even think of that.
All right. So I'm at 0. I'm at 0 and compare. I'm okay. I rolled an 8 and I've got the +1.
So that makes it a 9. Okay. So you match perfectly. What is 0 for spells? You cast a spell, but just barely. Okay, so you go to do it, and you get kind of awkward about it, and
Feels like I'm drowning at first.
You did successfully cast a spell that'll let you breathe underwater. However, what you did was you transmorphed yourself to look like George. Which means now when you want to get across the hot geysers, you're going to have -1 to your flight because you're trying to run on fins.
Okay.
Running across the geysers, however, is a DC 6.
I rolled a 9.
You transmorph yourself into one of these Innsmouth fish people. You're like, this is weird. As you still have your clothes on and they're getting like slimy from the mucus your body puts off. But you're just like trying to run with your little fins and stuff, and you go and avoid and do all that. Andy, after you see him transform himself into a fish person, what do you want to do?
I am going to use my initial thought and try to control the geyser to jettison me across.
Nice. Okay, so you're gonna have the geyser do what it wants to do.
Yeah.
Where you land is just like, that's a happenstance of luck. Like, basically you're manipulating luck in a lot of ways with that. Which is 100% the could naturally happen. It's possible. It's a 101 shot, but it's possible. It's affecting you, so that's another +3, so that's a 4. This is instantaneous, because it launches you. What happens after that is what happens after that. So it's still just a 4. I'm gonna say you've probably never used a geyser to launch yourself before.
Wait.
But we will say in the distance there are people playing the game you guys came up with, so you've seen people doing this stuff.
Yeah, another thing, isn't that like one of the pastimes for the culture?
Oh, it is for the culture. That is right.
Yeah.
So the very
this is something he's almost certainly seen, if not
seen and read
actually done
about.
himself.
Yeah.
He might have done it once.
It's a given the world you guys set up, it's 100% a blood sport, so it's probably only like 18 and up that get to play it.
Okay.
Which is actually really great when we're talking about the like Greco-Roman gods. Because like the people who do it are probably in like gladiatorial armored suits launching. So
like
it's
giant fish scales.
it's Blood Bowl with geyser launching.
Yes.
I love it. Okay.
Imagine the tackles as two people launch and clash, and then there's the snapping plants trying to eat them at the same time. Yes. There's always electric guitars in our version of Hogwarts. All right, so it's at least something you've read about, because it would be fair that you living in the wizarding world have read books about this sport. So that's a 3. So we have a 1, a 3, so a 4, a 0, still a 4, plus a 3, a 7. This is definitely a flight roll, because this is getting from point A to point B safely.
Okay. I think that my flight is... Yeah, okay. Oh, wait, no, that's wrong. My dog likes to hop up here and steal my dice. Oh, okay, awesome. 7.
Thank you for
a 7. Nice. So +1. Yes. I actually agree with that and love that as well. Granted, that shouldn't be a surprise from you, Flip. You've been part of our community for a while. You know how we feel with all this. All right. Agreed. She's just gotten even fucking crazier in the last few days too.
Just
but
off my little pride pen.
With that, with a 1 higher, you do it competently, not with flair. You're just like, wonder if you kind of weave some magic and go over as this geyser's beginning to bubble, and it just goes. You have to have faith in this because it's instant. You walk over it, it kicks you, and you just, almost like a video game jump pad, just boom. And it doesn't launch you the whole 1,000 feet. It launches you, boom. And then you land, and before you hit the ground, another geyser catches you, boom, boom, boom. And there's some of them are getting smaller, so you're not as high when it gets closer. You're finally just kind of grind at the ground.
I like do a little bow. Thank you.
And you are sopping wet.
Can I cast like a spell on myself to dry myself off real quick? Is that possible?
Yeah, I mean, like instant, you've probably done it a million times. Target self, so a 3 could naturally happen because a breeze could come by. So yeah, DC 4 brains.
Brains, all right.
Because you're good at brains.
Brains. Sorry.
Actually, no, it wouldn't even be brains. It'd be well, no. I'd say you could argue for it to be brains. You could argue for it to be charm. You could argue for it to be grit. So you're good.
Oh, I do. I don't have any more adversary tokens. It doesn't work. I'm just wet.
I was gonna say, do you remember you have +1 to all castings of brains magic?
I did, but that only gives me a 3.
You fail by 1, and you're just like, I'm just gonna cast a little breeze. And as it starts to go in, a geyser shoots up, and the breeze just blasts the geyser right at you. So
well,
there's now a couple like weird fishes you've never seen before stuck in your hair.
Okay.
Maybe a sea urchin or 2.
Yeah.
Right. A sea in them.
So with that, this little old lady kind of comes up, just you didn't just stay and play the sport. Did you accidentally get across the field? Were you looking to play the other friend down that way?
No, I wanted...
Actually, we were helping attack class.
Yeah.
You don't want to do the horribly violent blood sports, but instead you wish to learn about the horribly violent plants that we use at the blood sport? Oh, you are such wise children.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Stop it, Flip.
I also teach baking. Would you like to learn how to make some cookies?
I'm
a fan of cookies.
Cookies, and I take one and I throw it at her. That's for Flip.
Oh, well, if you are also interested in cookies, cookies and are willing to take treats from a kindly old lady, why don't you come into my kitchen before we start our class?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we'll keep you company. Why not?
It's as if you guys haven't been playing for the last 2 hours.
No, the thing is, I'm gonna wait and see how the cookie affects him first.
I'm not eating it. I was gonna throw it at her.
Yes, come in. Then I'll catch you some.
Oh God, more. We're not doing that.
She has.
Oh no, Flip! You missed the start of this when we entered the school. It was basically vor.
Okay, this is definitely top. So, I'm gonna need you guys to make a flight roll, and she rolled a 17 in her casting. Because there's vines in the floor of that front room that are gonna immediately try to like wrap you up and flip you upside down.
The school did it. The camp did eat us. Okay, I've got flight at a D10.
Someone got uppity and they just immediately turned them inside out with a spell.
Well, I got a 4, so they got me.
Ooh, by 13. This is gonna be rough.
I got an 8.
Okay, so 17, 8. That's a 9. Remember, failing by 15, you're essentially dead. Alright, so by 9, if you fail by 1 more, you'd be in the same tier as Andy. Okay. You guys get wrapped up by these vines. Okay? You have no idea how long. Like, all of a sudden, what the? It goes to flip you upside, but it's not like a smooth, upside. You're flipped, and your heads crack on the ground, knocking you out for a second. Goggle, you start to come to as you see the flickering of a hearth. Andy's completely unconscious, with like a small pool of blood on the floor where his head got hit so bad. And there's the flickering of a flame, and you see the back of this old woman hunched over, just making cookies out of stupid children. You're bound, but you're conscious. What do you want to do, Goggle?
They are terrible teachers.
They'll be so tasty. But how'd this go again? And she, like, you see her close cookbook, go over and pull out songbook. Trying to find the lyrics that she's forgotten the song she was assumed to be muttering to herself.
So she's going to the songbook, right?
Yeah, her back is completely to you at this point. She assumes you're both completely out cold.
I want to magic.
You can. We have established you don't have to have the wand for this. The wand just give you bonuses.
But I want
to
to magic as she's going to reach for the book.
Yeah. What do you want to do? What do you want the effect to be? Because that's going to determine what.
I want the book. I want the book to fall out and slam onto her head.
Okay, that's real easy. That's gonna be could naturally happen. Book or smaller, so that's 2. Instantaneous. This is simple enough. You've done it. This is a DC 2 roll.
I succeed.
Yeah, well,
this is fight, right?
But yes, this will be fight. Tell me what you got, because the higher you roll, the better this is.
The fun thing is I've got a fight +1, so. Hang on, it's generating. Random.org. How could you do this to me? All right, I got a 7, so that's +1. I got an 8.
It's an 8. The character succeeds quite expressly. All right, and I'm gonna have to roll her flight. The little old lady, so her flight's a D4. You got an 8. She got a 2, so you beat it by 5. Those are the spell check. All right. standard checks. I'm looking for combat. Here we go. Okay, so you explain what happens. I explain how I respond, and you rolled high enough that then you get to explain how it barely mitigates the harm. So you explained that the book falls, hits her in the head. She is like, notices it falling and like goes to bat it out of the way. But what happens that doesn't really stop anything from
She bats it. It just flips over and hits her on the other end of the book.
Oh!
I hope this is like the biggest fucking like songbook ever. Where she accidentally pulled out the math book.
She's just... You also rolled high enough that it said no one would be able to discern that this is magic if you didn't want it to. So she's just like, this is a horrible... Gravity, I will find you a counterspell one day. As she's bent over in front of the open oven picking up the book that fell.
Is there anything I can do to...
I want to close...
You can give me a grit roll. DC 9. Come to.
Listen, Flip, I'm going to tell you right now. My flaw
What'd
is
you roll?
that I'm naive.
Because however much you fail by does matter.
And you're muted.
Was that a 7?
7, yeah, sorry.
Okay.
So many windows.
My flaw is naive.
All right. Yeah, you're unconscious. It's like a minor extra inconvenience happens. There's nothing that would like really narratively change given your situation. You just bleed a little more.
I'm trusting this little old lady offers cookies.
All right. What are you gonna do, Goggle?
I can still, yes, I can still do math, but it's the point.
All right, I guess the minor inconvenience is she hasn't noticed you guys. However, Andy's character now coughs, which might get her attention. What do you want to do? You got to act quickly.
She's bending over in front of the oven, right?
Yep, the open oven.
Pull a Hansel and Gretel on her.
I'm gonna have. I want the oven to like pull her in.
Yeah. So this will be brawn because it's gonna force her in, which I think you get +1 for being an upperclassman.
Yes, but I've got a D4.
Turn the oven into a mimic like the cabin, and it's just like jump, 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 and you've seen it before.
I mean, I have.
Well, even like if you're saying it based off of, like Hansel and Gretel, you're familiar with the story. You've read about it before. Like,
cool.
We can make those arguments. So this is a person or smaller, so a 3 could happen naturally because it'll just be like it pulls her in / she falls in. It's instantaneous, so a 4. You probably haven't cast this before, so it's a 7. What you need to hit. You can spend adversary tokens. I will also say, given the dire straits, Andy can spend adversary tokens.
I don't have any. I use all of mine.
Okay. Oh wait, you just failed. You got an adversary token. Remember, every time you... Oh
wait,
no,
I have an adversary token as well. So you got 2, I have 1.
Yeah, you guys both failed. So.
Okay. Let's roll that D4. Random.
Just roll a 1.
No. I'm rolling well. What the fuck is going on? Random.org hates me. What's going on right now? What do you...
What'd you roll?
I don't trust it. Okay, well... exploding die, right?
Yep. For the first one, the second one won't, because it'll pass the C7.
Oh, yeah. I rolled a 2. Oh, I've got the +1.
Yeah, 4, 5, 6, 7. So just barely. And you're just like, huh. And she's just, what is that sound? They're waking up. Your magic won't work on me! And she then steps on the songbook that's still on the ground, slips backwards, and falls into the oven.
Bye-bye.
And because it's a minute till midnight, she's dealt with.
Yes.
You guys, well, she would have been dealt with anyways, but you guys make your way back. I had a contingency plan for this. So you guys make your way back. Do you want to play any of this game at some point today since you're down by the field?
Yeah, I could learn some.
All right. Each of you guys give me either a fight or a flight roll. However well you roll will determine how well you did for the game.
I'll go with fight because it's a D8 plus 1 as opposed to a D10. I got a 1. That's the random.org I know.
Ouch. You get knocked unconscious.
I got an 8.
You got an 8. You do decent. You guys go, you get knocked unconscious. You wake up, not in the normal infirmary, you wake up in George's cave.
I no longer look like George.
Yeah. Oh, no, that wore off by the time you're heading back. But you wake up in George's cave, he's just, I mean, the plants were going to eat you, but apparently our gardener is missing, so they had me watching the stuff, and you seem like a cool kid, so I took care of you.
Gonna go ahead and burble. Thank you.
We're not worrying about the roll right now.
At this point, I think that I've made a point that I can somehow manage to do this without losing my mind.
At least say thank you. I mean, it's like the easy, like
Another 3 people die. It is going to be the poor kid and 2 of the weird sisters died today.
Oh, that's sad.
The next day, the headmistress arrives. It is the day of the trials.
Dum, dum, dum.
Some of you have actually survived. I have heard many of you who have taken lessons and prepared. And none of you decided to try the trials early. Follow me. But first, I shall wear the ceremonial head. And you guys are like, headdress? Like, what's going on? He hasn't changed or anything. And
it's the full mane.
She opens. You see that she has a bunch of different heads, and she takes it off. It goes to the full mane, and she unlocks it. And it is a glistening black stallion's head.
Getting some Godfather vibes.
And she hoists it up and clicks it on as she has a giant horse head.
Oh.
I'm just going to
I
lean
do
over.
You proud, mother.
I'm just going to lean over to my friend and just whisper, man, why the long face? I'd ask her, but that would be a terrible decision.
Looks like she could bite an apple through a picket fence.
You do know I can still hear all of you. Have you ever been bit by a horse? It fucking hurts.
We're just horsing around. Don't worry about it.
That was his choice.
Give me a charm roll.
Oh, God.
I take a step away when he says that. Like
DC 9.
Okay.
Hopefully your charm is better than mine.
It's a D20. I'm really charming.
Oh.
I got a 10.
Many aren't brave enough to give such a bad joke. I hate it, but I respect it.
Oh, okay, good.
Whips her horse head to start heading. Now, any of you who may have come to evaluate the situation, this is the trials. And you see this large gauntlet, swinging scythe blades, multiple chomping piranha plants, rivers of acid. This represents fear and anxiety of dealing with the world You could have tried to face it before you were ready. It surely would have killed you. The world you faced here was already dangerous and deadly. This was simply every challenge here at once. You itemized your challenges and you learned from them. This was the truest test. And because we are short on time, that means this is succeeding at this test. There was an elaborate scene with you going to a tree and it growing your wand. But if we ever come back to this game, we will do that as the beginning of that campaign.
Yeah. I'd like to speak about something because Flip is not aware of Jason.
Oh, poor Jason. Jason
is a regular person who accidentally enrolled himself in this camp, thinking it was like Merlyn,
a Merlyn fantasy camp.
Yes. Now, the first thing that happened to Jason is that he got himself turned into goo.
While you explain this, I'm gonna go get my kid. I'm on kid duty,
Okay.
so you can keep going.
Yeah. So the first thing that happened is that he got himself turned into goo. The next thing that happened is that Andy's character scooped the goo into a jar, and the goo is sentient. It's still aware. Up until the point when he got turned into goo, he thought everything was just fake. There were like special effects, incredible special effects, right? Now, at this point in time, Bobby, since you're here, I've clarified what has happened to Flip. I would like to get Jason out of that jar so Jason can pass this test.
All right.
Happen.
It's on you and me to protect protect Jason.
I don't want to do.
This may go horrible. You have succeeded, and in your nobility, you wish to save a friend.
Yes.
The lot of you who did not just die, take this as another lesson.
No, I mean we can defend from a distance.
So here's the thing. No, so Jason, you're looking to rebuild Jason, basically, right?
Yeah, we gotta reconstitute Jason.
Move an object.
I'm trying to defend his sanity. I want this to be grit.
Okay, since this is dealing with manipulating his physical body, it's not grit, it's brawn.
Oh no!
Because you're not protecting him, you're essentially transmuting him back. He's not in danger.
Right. Now this is going to be really hard for me to do this.
So here's the thing. You're returning him to his natural state, so I'm going to say this bends reality, not breaks reality.
Okay.
It is the size of a person, so 5 plus 3 is an 8. This is permanent, which makes this now a 14.
Okay.
You have read about it. In fact, we will say you've probably practiced some of this because you did classes. So you've done some of this casting before. So it's only a +1. This is a DC 15 brawn check.
I'm on a D4. +1. Here we go. I got a 4.
All right.
A 4. A 4.
Oh my god, no.
Okay, you're up to 12.
It's 2.
13, 14 plus 1. That's 15.
I have 1 token.
Use that.
I'm supposed to get 16, right?
5 plus 3 is an 8, plus 6 is a 14, plus 1 more is a 15.
Oh my god, I did it.
All right. You go, you struggle. You're concentrating, the jar's vibrating.
Oh wait, I have a +1 to brawn.
16. Jar's vibrating, you're forcing it, and all of a sudden... And it just... You don't hear the jar shatter, but oozing out and flipping Jason's back. He stands there completely naked.
Oh, that's for me.
Where did the jar go?
What are you talking about? You've been in VR.
Give me a charm roll.
And you took off all of your...
I've got a special die for this.
You big weirdo.
Got a 5.
You need to match or beat a 6.
Can I help?
You have an adversary token.
He does.
I have 2.
Yeah, so you can spend adversary tokens to his to help.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him my 2 and be like, yeah, and then you took off all of your clothes like a big weirdo.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I get it. It's good. I'm not complaining. It's just maybe... not.
To be fair, Flip, it might be the dumbest lie, but what he's gone through, he wants to believe it. Which is sometimes very important with a lie. I guess this is... Okay.
Like,
I want to go home now.
You were talking about how it's so real, like mumbling in like the back of your mind.
And as he's like, I want to go home now. Just keep saving them. Well, all of you have technically passed, which means you are allowed admissions to Olympus University. And she waves a wand and teleports everyone, including Jason,
I want
to the
Jason
College
to have a
of the
wand that he
Gods.
can't use.
And with that, we will leave it, unless we pick this up as an actual campaign.
To be fair, Flip, this is a person who was in the bus and saw the bus driver go from a person wearing a wizard hat to the person folding up inside of the hat, and then the hat was driving the bus. He's just like, man, these
holograms.
These holograms are great. So this person was already on board that this is all fake train from the start, which is why I'm just like, you've been in VR. And I thought that was believable.
All right, so
specifically for the person.
Thanks, everybody. We still ran long, but I won't say we neatly wrapped it up. We crammed this adventure into a finale. I love this. I think I love Kids on Brooms more than Kids on Bikes because it's weirder and we get to do kooky, crazy shit. We may discuss figuring out how to do this as a campaign, at least maybe even one that fills a slot when one of the other campaigns goes on hiatus. Because yes. But with that, we will catch everybody on Tuesday for Tales from 2000.
This was
Bye.
Bye. Thanks, guys.